And we're live. First thing, everybody smash the like button. Second of all, yeah, and I'll expand on this throughout this video. Why is everyone mad at Kai Havertz? How can you be angry at Kai Havertz and Madueke? And we don't advocate scapegoating and all that jazz, but you can't be angry at them Arsenal fans, bro. You can't be angry. We've seen that with Kai from the beginning of his inception at this football club, with Noni as we've seen him. And I've got to just say this off the bat. The good things, we're better yet, the good and the bad of Arsenal. That was summed up today. That's been summed up this season. And unfortunately, we've learned nothing new about our football club. Now, me personally, that was it now. That was it. The Prem's gone, bro. Like, mathematically, yeah. And I'm listen, you keep fighting. You hope City slip up. But in life, when things get out of my control, then my emotions are kind of capped. And you know what? They said it on TalkSport. You lot have probably seen seen the clips and how I felt. And that unusually going into this game, I was flat. And I mean flat, like as flat as the Bournemouth game. And that's how I felt. Like, I'll give the boys this, yeah. Smash the like button. I'll give the boys this. Better performance than I thought. I thought you was going to get beaten up. I thought he was going to get tumped up. I thought he was going to crumble. I did not think we was going to see that, yeah. And all of those things. So the performance, that's the only positive I would take personally. Even though we know we dropped points, it's a 6-pointer. You could have put a serious dent into Manchester City's title aspirations and they pull it into ours. I do enjoy the banter. I enjoy, you know, the people selling Arsenal bottles. My man, that, you know, the AI Don that now every time he's on Sky Sports, they go find him. The handbags between Haaland and Gabriel Magalhaes. I like the battle between them. And I'll say this as well. Haaland, I'll give it to you, a real G, you know, because you're better than me. Because you see, if Gabriel Magalhaes put his face in, if I was Pep Guardiola, which I'm not, or if I was one of Haaland's teammates, you see when that split second when Magalhaes lost his head, he put his head in like that, go down, get him sent off. That's a straight red. You're further denting Arsenal's small aspirations of winning a title because you would have no Magalhaes, but he's a real G for that one. Let's obviously park the Champions League off for a second, people, and just bear with me. Since the Manchester City League game, and yeah, City beat us up. It was they've shown us that they run this in it. Like, they mashed us up today. They beat us up in the League Cup. The only thing I will say is this year, if we just focus on the domestic games since the international break. So obviously the FA Cup, Bournemouth today, the League Cup, everything, all of those things, yeah. That's the best you've played domestically in that period, innit? That's the best you've done. That's the first time I've looked at Mikel Arteta within that sample size and said, you know what, tactically, I see what you're going on with. There were some big calls going into the game. Mascara at right back was a better option than Benjamin White. Think he was all right. Doku was purring and whatnot. Kai Havertz up front. And actually, the goal Kai Havertz scored and the chances he missed, that sums up the good and the bad about Kai and why Kai plays for this football club up front. It summed it up, and all of those things. So for me, the performance was better. There was a reaction. I can't say he didn't stand up to be counted and all of that. We're going to get into a lot of things, people. But the performance doesn't matter in the sense that we're in the part of the season where it's just about results. And credit to Manchester City. There were periods where we was on top. Second half, I feel we kind of slipped into some bad habits. City did what they're doing, innit? City did what they're doing. Donnarumma made a mistake. It's all happy days now. They got the 3 points. Individually, Nico O'Reilly, Doku, I feel Ryan Cherky's our Bobby Dazzler. And he is a sort of, you see him, Yao Mao, them kind of man, Neymar inspired, all of them. Like, they're the people that make you fall in love with football. So credit to Manchester City. They went out against Real Madrid, beat us up twice, dealt with Chelsea, dealt with Liverpool. They beat Burnley. And I do think City are going to drop points. But I also feel we're going to drop points. You lot that rock with me know how I feel about this game and how I feel about what's left of any title aspirations or the tail end of the season. Performance was there. It means nothing. Performance was there in terms of a reaction. I did like the pressing. I did like the man-for-man marking. I did like, even in the first half, Magalhaes, bro, from a Manchester City goal kick, you're seeing how far Magalhaes is. So I did like all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, let's have it right. You know, football is about fine margins. But this is what I mean. We know we played today, right? The 19th of April. We all know we've played today in the Premier League. But some of the talking points that we have, that you see the manager say, that you see the players, if you isolated it and just looked at the words, how many times have you said that this season? Does it sound familiar? Battling and being competitive tactically, fine margins going against it. At the end of the day, football's decided in both ends. Both teams conceded. Our chances are falling to Kai Havertz and things like that, which that's even a bigger story. Like, we're still having 4 or 5 chances. We're still able to recall and count and recant the chances we've had in games. But chance fell to Haaland. Haaland had a great battle against the centre-backs. I think Saliba and Magalhaes rose to the occasion. I think off the ball, Haaland was quite good. He probably should have had an assist in the first half, but his own pass was bad. In the box, bagged. Cherky, little bit of Bobby Dazzler, bagged. Our chances did not score. You know, and it's all about fine margins, because the mistake that Donnarumma made for Kai, which sums up why Kai's in the team, off the ball, tactical understanding. I see why a lot of managers like you, but I'm at the point, yeah. I'm not suggesting anything of Kai Havertz's character, but let me just paint an example for you guys, right? And what I mean by this is, smash the like button, mods. Let's make sure we're running that up as well. What I mean by this is, if I've got a friend that's a thief, he steals from me. He stole from me several times. I still let him into my house. He's still stealing from me. How can I get annoyed at him? How am I going to keep getting annoyed at Kai Havertz missing chances? Noni Madueke doing what Noni Madueke does. And several other examples, whether the players were there or the players weren't there. I can't keep getting vexed at this, bro, because I've seen it several times. It's not that it doesn't piss me off. It's not that I wish we had better, but I can't keep pulling out my hair. The good and the bad and ugly, the good, the bad, ugly about our football club is because of the gaffer. The things we're good at is because of the gaffer. The things we're shit at is because of the gaffer. We haven't learned anything new this season. Like I said, possession, XG, equipping yourself in games, but again, the fine margins going against you. Does that not sound familiar? There were several occasions, and this is what I mean, yeah, where, and I did it for anyone that's got common sense. You can't win every game of football. We know this. You're going to lose games. We know how the Premier League works. You're going to win when you don't necessarily deserve to. You're going to win when you obviously deserve to. You're going to lose when you don't deserve to, and when you do. You're going to draw when you deserve a bit more or less, right? But 9 times out of 10, you're going to get at the end of the season what you deserve. And this is where I tell people to compartmentalize stuff, because, again, really and truly, this was a must-win. It was a 6-pointer. It's psychological boost, momentum, which the momentum of Manchester City is still there. We've got a performance to be encouraged by and take some positives beyond the obvious going into the Newcastle game. But you get where I'm going with that, people. It don't really cover you with anything. Like, it's jarring, and this is what I mean. And before I forget my trail of thought, yeah, this is where you need to compartmentalize. Every 90-minute game, you need to isolate the 90 minutes. So when you're in August or you're in September or you're in October and we're sitting there and people want to hide behind, there's still a long way to go, there's this and that, and it's true. But this is why I'm so critical, and I know you can't win them all. You're at Aston Villa, a nasty place to go to. 90th minute, you're on course for a point. You then end up getting none. Sunderland away, you know, which, again, it's been a crazy game of football for the neutrals, because all the other Premier League, the 2 p.m. kickoffs were mad. Sunderland away, 15 minutes away from getting all 3 points. You've pegged yourself back. 2 goals up against Wolves and the Brentfords. For Mikel Arteta, you was on course for at least a point minimum at Anfield. You saw how the second half went. I don't need to tell you about Manchester United at the Emirates or Arsenal at Liverpool at the Emirates. But now, even Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, now you get to see, and we're doing what we normally have to do, and all we've got is ideal scenario syndrome. And what I mean by that is all those examples I said, had the games gone the way we needed it to, whether it's grabbing a point when you was on course to lose, etc., what's the points tally? So on one hand, and Bournemouth, don't let me tell you, listen, Bournemouth was just a shit show from start to finish, innit? Do you get where I'm going? You get where I'm going. So now when you're in the tail end of the season, where momentum is with City, where Pep Guardiola is making it happen, where even when players are not necessarily standing up to be counted individually, they're doing it. Listen, credit to Manchester City. The only thing they did bad, pardon me, is take the lead. And then obviously 2 minutes after Kai scored, there was chances for City to obviously get more than 2 goals today. There was definitely chances for us to get more than 1. We can only deal with the fact in which we've dropped points. They've taken 4 points off us. They're in the driver's seat. Momentum's with them. The players are purring. Doku's doing his thing. Cherky's doing his thing. Haaland does what he does in bagging. I think for obvious reasons, people might even focus on Koznorov, that incident with Koznorov. I've mentioned many a Manchester City player there. Nico O'Reilly, bad boy as well. We know this. Nico O'Reilly, bad boy performance. And even the second goal, there was too many gaps. But if I forget to go over it, someone just please put in the chat, speak about the second half, right? So individually and collectively, they're doing their thing. Pep's finding a way. Mikel Arteta and the boys, the performance was away from the obvious. The performance was much better. I do think you learned your lessons of how to deal with the press and how to approach it, because I did like that. In the sporting game, I like the fact that we was being a bit more proactive, and the mistakes of forcing the passes could have been that. Today, I think you gambled in the first half. The pressing was there. But even me, I said in the build-up to this game, first half, I'm not interested, because I'm accustomed to you lot starting games well, preparing well, starting well, and then it goes left. But I give you your credit. You conceded, and that even could have happened with Raya. You know, Raya got out of jail there. I'm sure there was a couple of knife-edge chances. In fact, you know me, when I'm on TalkSport, you know I'm writing notes. So I don't want to miss out anything, people. So yeah, my notes will guide me. My notes will guide me. They had 8 shots on target in the first half. We had 3 shots on target. But again, they're in a better moment. We're at their place. They're a better team than us. We're kind of feeling sorry for ourselves. You've got to be able to throw punches and also take them, right? And also take them. So, like, I like the pressing. I think every individual stood up to be. I actually think Odegaard was quite good. I find it a bit mixed speaking about Eze, because I think some people say he was out of the game. I actually think he did well defensively. The first goal, he shot himself. Because if you go and watch the TalkSport highlights, I said we're going to concede. I said first and second balls, we're in trouble there. And obviously you saw what happened. Churkies are Bobby Dazzler and whatnot. Churkies are Bobby Dazzler. So the goals could have done better. We obviously, Kai Havertz's header at the end where Trossard's put in a superb ball. And there was even, I'm sure the whole incident with Koznorov maybe pulling Kai or whatever, maybe they should have a man sent off. We should have a man sent off. You can't just focus on those scenarios. Trossard's the one that's put it over the top. I do think there was an element of booting the ball long and there wasn't really people. First off, I was cool. Second half, beyond the obvious of them scoring, I think that's where it was on. Like, the second half was the proactiveness that was required, didn't it? I think there was too many, and some of it is natural, but I think there was too many gaps starting to be created. I don't think we was looking after the ball well enough. I think Noni deserved to be hooked at half time. So for that one there, Arteta, you was proactive, but it's predictable. I said 82nd minute for Gyökeres coming on. It was actually 84th, 85th. Took too long, especially keyword. Notice how I said second half. The game's changed. It's a bit up, like end-to-end kind of thing, if that makes sense, which kind of happened for their second. You got to bring on Gyökeres quicker, whether it works or not. But it's predictable. You knew Kai was going to stay out there. I don't agree with the time it took to bring on Gyökeres, and I don't agree with taking Eze off, especially when Eze's hit the poles. There is an element of tactics and rhetoric and things like that, but you need moments. These kind of men will have moments. The one thing I'll say to you, Kai, is nobody's probably going to get on the end of the head of the fit players but you. But Kai Havertz missing chance. How can I get vexed? Have I not seen that this season, last season, the season before that? So I've seen it for 3 years. Noni Madueke, I've seen you at Chelsea. And I'm not trying to scapegoat the players. I think Odegaard had his best starting performance in a hot minute. Many people are going to say, why is he dropping deep and things? He was conducting. There's got to be common sense applied, whether I like these players or not. That man has come back in our team. Our press is a lot better for one. He's dropping deep, which is allowing other players to stay higher up the field. When you go and receive, no matter, well, you could have Ronaldinho or Lionel Messi. When you receive the ball from your centre halves and you're seeing 10 outfield City players, there's the issue. So Arteta, you prepared us a bit better. Players, you was on it a bit more. Second half is where the issues are. On top of, you were putting in certain positions, the boots are too big for certain men. Kai Havertz should not be our starting striker. Even though I think he was all right today, bar the obvious. He should not be our starting striker. Noni Madueke should not be out there. I know there's injuries and I know all of these kind of things. And I actually give the boys credit for such. Declan Rice, I love the fact that you were sweeping up stuff. I thought you lot were going to crumble. I genuinely thought you was going to lose 3-4-1. Honest to God. But it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. Like I said, decent start. Like the press. Eze defensively for the first goal, I'm not really happy with. We had it's an exaggeration to say a lot, but we had half chances that obviously we could have changed the game. I don't really feel Arteta went for it towards the end when would you rather lose 3-1 in the pursuit of making it 2-2, then obviously losing 2-1. What else is there to talk about as well, man? Like, beyond the obvious, like, it's out of your hands now. You have to pray for a miracle. Yeah, so Eze obviously hit the bar. I think Odegaard was a bit better. We had some chances, not just them two or the chances I've highlighted. We had chances we could have done better. Defo could have done better for the goals we conceded. Like, it is what it is. Like, the performance was better, but we're at the end of the season now where it's about momentum. Notice how there's positive and negative momentum, right? You could, like, Spurs can't buy a win. City can't stop winning. And again, City are not the same City side they used to be. They will give you chances, but you have to take them. They're on course for anything from 1 trophy to 3 trophies. And even looking at us, notice how I mentioned momentum. Go back to what I said in the opening stage of this live stream, right? Domestically, we've been poor. Our performance of Southampton, of Manchester City in the League Cup, of Bournemouth, I might be missing out one. And obviously tonight, it's all been negative results. The performance today was better, but it's all been negative results. So you see what I mean when you get into a rut of good or bad momentum. City were down here this season at the start of it, They're now up here. Where us, we was trickling along, nitpicking, attack, this player needs to do better, that player needs to do better, we shouldn't have dropped points here, we're lucky to gain a point or 3 here. We've been like this. And now, on the data, you're down there. There's nothing more to say. It's out of your hands. All you can do is win your games. And for me, realistically, do we think we're not going to? You have to be perfect in terms of results. You need 3 points. I don't care if you play amazing because, and this is what football is about, innit? Because we all know the context and the remit behind today. But it'd be fair to say it's not fair. It's a fact. It's a fact to say we lost today, right? One. It'd be fair to say of the sample size I gave, that was our better performance. That was our best performance in a hot minute, right? 2. Would it also be fair to say you've seen us win games throughout the season in the Premier League where we played a lot worse? So now you see what I mean. April is kind to City, cruel to us. Pep's getting his act together. Every individual one of those players is standing up to be counted. And there was, the block for this is Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. I can't ask anything more from you. Commitment defensively, even the little block. Magalhaes, keep your head. I love the banter. Because this is how man grew up. Like, I love the banter. I love the shithousery. Like, Haaland's a man, like, if you're a defender, which I'm a defender, but obviously I'm not a centre-half. I'm only 5'8", people. But if I was a centre-half, like if I was Magalhaes, right, and you got Haaland, you don't give each other shit, probably want to kill each other. Once the game's done, and Haaland's post-match comments reflect this, once the game's done, go buy each other a pint. So the performance was there, the result wasn't. It's out of your hands. You have to hope City drop points. You have to be faultless. And I know it's isolated today, but it's not isolated today in that the good and the bad about this football club in terms of the playing stuff is on you, the gaffer. You've assembled the same way you've assembled a superb defense and collective outlet. The attack is shoddy. As much as Noni needs to do better and all of this, bro, I can't get vexed at Noni bringing nothing to the table, bro. I can't get vexed at Kai missing half chances. We saw that in the League Cup fight. We've seen that several times. And yes, I know he scored. That goal sums him up. And what I mean by that is tactically, we went man for man. We were trying to press. Donnarumma's shaky in terms of playing out from the back. That's why Kai's in the side, because for what I might think you lack, tactically, you're probably one of the most intelligent players within our side. But again, you need cold-hearted killers. So when you've got the gaffer taking off your Mavericks, you're relying on mediocre players. Martinelli, I was a bit disappointed in you today as well, if I'm completely honest, because we're at where we're at with Martinelli, right? We all know what he can and can't do and how good he is and how bad he is. And again, this tells you like the bracket of ratings I have to give for Martinelli, in that if I'm talking about an attacker and what they do defensively, bear with me. If I'm talking about an attacker and what they do defensively, that already tells you how I'm looking at it. Because attacker, you're meant to go forward, right? Talking about backwards. I don't really feel you helped out as much as you could, man. But again, Arteta, you assembled these guys, bro. Like Noni being Noni, joke, like it's a joke, bro. It's a joke. The XG we had was actually higher than City's, but I don't care about that because my eyes were showing me different. My eyes showed me it was a better performance. Midfield, didn't it? You took too long to take off Zubi and gamble with what you did with Odegaard and Kai, and that. It took too long to bring on Gyökeres. Like, players, you fucked up for the 2 goals. Chances didn't get put away. Better reaction. Ultimately, it means nothing because you lot have had a superb opportunity this season and a superb points tally, and you fucked it up. That's the reality. And as much as Arsenal fans, we're gonna hold the banter. We're kicking ourselves. We're screaming, we're shouting, we're doing all of these kind of things. People, reality is you've lost back-to-back games. You're dropping points, and you're going to sit there. If the footballing gods don't rain on you, you're going to sit there with the same feeling of regret that you've had several times. And again, credit to Manchester City times 2. Using the same sample size, credit to Manchester City times 2. Credit to Southampton. Credit to Bournemouth, their manager, their players, everything that them and they're done, and in whatever game, credit to them. But before I look at them, I look at us. Today's a bit different because the performance was better in it. But can we say we put our best foot forward? Because if I'm honest, Mikel Arteta, you've done what you normally do. You've learned from your mistakes. You approached the game in the right way. Second half, things needed to change quicker. And obviously the players, because I do think we're sleeping, getting into bad habits. I do think there was an element sometimes where lumping it long and someone's not there. We don't have with the Mavericks we have, their wings have been clipped. The players that we're relying on, we know they can't do it. It doesn't surprise us if you do or don't score. And I'm speaking about our attackers. Another positive, and I don't care what no one tells me, I think Rice, Zubi, and Odegaard did well. Odegaard picked a lot. Rice silently got about his business. Yeah, I was a bit surprised that Mascara didn't get hooked sooner. If I can remember, he got hooked because him on a yellow card. Even the ref is telling him allow it. The corner thing, obviously, there was a couple of chances we could have done better in it, but it's all coulda, woulda, shoulda. You had several chances. Bournemouth, you had several chances. Wolves, Wolves away, you had several chances. Bearing in mind, you beat Wolves at the Emirates. But again, on the topic of learning from mistakes, Manchester United at home, the 2 games against Liverpool, definitely another year in a row. You know how critical I am about our performances in the last 2 to fucking no, it's the last 3 years at Stamford Bridge. Villa, Sunderland. So you've left yourself no margin for error. Now, mathematically, you have a chance. You have to hope City drop points, but once things get out of your hand, it is what it is. It's 4 years and counting, isn't it? 20 odd years and waiting. So, boy, it is what it is. It's too little, too late type shit, man. Like, it is what it is. The good, the bad, and the ugly is on the gaffer and the players. Obviously, we've learned nothing new about us, good and bad, this season. Yeah. We've had several chances throughout the campaign where you could have put more points on the board so that when you get into a scenario, which this current period is from April till May, as I keep saying, you look and go and see. All you need to do is go in August, June, July, May, whenever the fixtures come out. I did a video. I said, when it gets to May, April, May, I don't care about performances. You need points on the board. So you're not able to consistently pick up points playing shit. Playing better on the remit of the sample size didn't read anything. You don't got it all to do. It's out your hands. It won't surprise me if you go beat Newcastle, because I wouldn't say the pressure's off, but quote-unquote pressure off Arsenal's a different beast. It is what it is, people say, man. I'm just out the window at the moment, just looking at the stars. So, like, it is what it is. Positive performance, but, bro, it don't mean nothing because it's results. Would you ask me, would I rather have a performance like that with a 3 points? You know the answer. And City are purring. Their fans are probably having conversations along the lines of, why weren't we playing like this earlier in the season, etc., etc. And unfortunately for you, in the last 4 years, and counting, because I'll give you that, it's not done. You've done very well for this football club. You know, if you left today to when you came into this football club, we're in a much better stead. As I keep saying, we're a competitive side with a competitive manager and competitive players, but a great team with being a great side and having a great manager. You get over the line somehow. And you've shown an inability to do that. And it's looking like it's going to be another year. And I genuinely think collectively, whether it's the manager, the players, everything at the club, it's because of us. You've assembled this attack. 100+ million. Wait, 60. Someone do the maths, please. 65 million on Kai Havertz, 50, 55 on Noni. What's going on? What's going on? We have got more depth than we've ever had in my lifetime, and especially in this, what the current landscape of football is. We've had more depth, and yes, injuries can happen. Yes, there's an element of players need to look after themselves and all that, but fundamentally, you've had you've had more players than you ever have. We've been dealing with injuries since August, some carried into this season, granted, but you've got more players, and we're still in the current landscape. So at some point in life, yeah, like if I've got a test, if I'm doing my GCSEs, yeah, and that's in May or whatever. And the first part of the academic year, so August up until the last week, if I'm messing about and I'm not doing certain things and I'm not fixing the roof while the sun's shining, all the chickens are going to come to roost in April. Players are out of sorts. The recruitment in attack, we're relying on players that, simply put, you're better off trying to draw blood from a stone. A lot of players have been ran into the ground. Now, granted, that's not just my football club. With the current landscape of football, with the games for club and country and the belly of the beast of the Premier League and all of that kind of jazz, yeah, that's going to be there. But it doesn't surprise me that our players have arrived in poor condition. Tactics are still an issue because I haven't learned anything new significantly to the untrained eye. I shouldn't have to use a microscope, and it shouldn't, like, in the final third, it shouldn't feel like algebra. We're never on the right side of fine margins. It's as simple as that. That's why we never won today. So yeah, just need to win our games. Well, just like was my approach today. If you don't wanted to win the game, you win the game. You didn't. And it's kind of how it's different, yeah. But I remember how I felt against Paris Saint-Germain, and what I mean by that is today I can't. You don't know how critical I am. Bournemouth, I let them have it. I can't fault the application, the desire, the want, the tactical approach initially. Obviously, if you're still here, you can use your common sense, but there's an element of, unfortunately, you lot's best is not enough in it. Like there is that element of you lot are just not there. Whether it's tactics, whether it's recruitment, whether it's players not quite being there, is what it is. And if I'm really critical, which I kind of believe but don't believe, there's no Mavericks. Cherky, we know he's a Bobby Dazzler, dancing front pass, man. Haaland, people have been onto him, even though he's got 20 odd goals in the box, right area. Nico O'Reilly, I'm sure, for the build-up of Haaland's goal. You get where I'm going. Football's decided at both ends. If you don't manage your box to a suitable standard and you don't attack the opponent's box to a suitable standard, you're in issues. Football's a 90-minute game as well. It's not good enough to be good for 10, 20, 45 minutes. And of course, I'm even giving a tax. There was a tax where City were like they had us in our own box, etc. Same with us. I actually felt towards the end of the game, yeah, if Arteta went for it a bit more and brought on Gyökeres sooner and my players, a bit of magic from someone which Odegaard, I did see a couple passes. Eze, I see 1-2 things. Trossard, you should at least have 1 assist. I think arguably 2, if I'm completely honest. I did feel City towards the end of the game, like they were kicking out for corners and throw-ins. They were kind of like, I felt if I was a City fan that we need to keep the pressure on rather than trying to do the game management thing, innit? If there was a bit more to give, we could have done something. And I also have to praise Bernardo Silva, like credit to everyone, Bernardo Silva and Rodri. I hope Rodri's injury isn't serious. Them lot, they won't get the hype of Haaland and the whole Gabriel stuff on Match of the Day, Turkey celebration and all the stuff he's doing. Nico O'Reilly, arguably their player of the season. But Bernardo Silva, in what's going to probably be his last season, and I don't know what's going on with Rodri, them two today did the dirty work, the ugly work, the work that will only be praised internally at Manchester City and won't necessarily be caught by the casual fan, whether you're watching it on TV or at the stadium. So you gave us a performance in it to be encouraged by, and maybe had we have lost and we picked up several other points and you beat Bournemouth, we look at it a bit differently, but it's out of your hands. So you can tell me we need to fight, we need to do all of this, we need to do this, just win the games, cuz. Just win the games, bro. Just win the games. And even that's not enough because, from this point, if City, like even the whole goal difference thing is bag of bullshit. Mascara was yellow carded, yet Arteta didn't sub him off. Don't he know Doku would try cutting and O'Reilly plays? I mean, even a child would know better. I don't want to hear about left wingers as the first things first in the window, get midfielders. If that game didn't tell you we need more midfielders, I don't know what will. Sell Norgard and Lewis Kelly if you don't trust them. I don't give a fuck anymore. Thinking over and over about this match, mind is getting fucked and depressed, bro. I mentally, like I always said, support is always going to be there. You lot, what the hell's going on here? Sorry. But that's weird. Why does it group these tabs together? Yeah, but support is always going to be there. Belief, it was gone after Bournemouth, bro. Arranged split. What? That was mad weird. Sorry, folks, man. You don't know I have to look at the stream from the back end, didn't it? YouTube just cut it off. Man. Someone let me know if you can still hear me as well? That's very weird. Okay. End of the day, like, either you lot don't want it enough, or you lot just don't have the juice. And again, I've gone past the point. It's the players, because I think I do more than a fair job of giving Arteta in terms of recruitment and tactics, the things he does well, good. I can't get vexed at Kai. I can't get vexed at Kai. I don't think you're a killer in the box. I've seen this too many times. In terms of the tactical things that we was trying to do, that was the right thing in hindsight to go with Kai Havertz. But at the end of the day, no matter how, we know we live in this weird world where goalkeepers, Donnarumma's a quality keeper. But in this day and age, it's all about what he can do with his feet rather than traditional goalkeeping. Haaland, bad boy striker. Like, in terms of a number 9, that's the prototype. People will talk about, in general playing, heat map and pulling out wide. And all of there's relevance and prevalence to that. We live in a day and age of strikers have to be able to link play, more importantly than scoring, inverted fullbacks, ball playing ability with centre halves and goalies. But by the same token, the role's always going to be the same, right? A striker's still got to score goals. And we know Haaland is not Kai, but that's the difference. It was an even contest. Chance same came to Haaland, bagged. Bit of individual brilliance from Nico O'Reilly, of course. I personally feel Eze did a lot better left wing than I would have thought, but there were times where defensively is a bit shaky. The first goal, poor. Cherky opportunity, took it. Haaland opportunity, took it. Fair enough. Kai earned his luck for the goal, but we didn't do that. We're bringing toothpicks to a war, bro. And bro, I think Noni was the shittest on the pitch. If I'm honest with you, I think he was shit. I'm not no scapegoat and just being an honest guy. But to a degree, I don't get mad at Noni. I don't get mad at Noni because you lot tell me if Arteta can do this, if Arteta wanted him that. Pardon me, I never thought you was the guy. Cool, you signed him, make it work. So how much can I get vexed at? Because some of you wanted Noni to start ahead of Saka and you love him and that. I can't get vexed at Noni inconsistencies. I can't get vexed at, for example, Martinelli. I can't get vexed at Kai Havertz. I can't get vexed at certain things anymore because we're seeing the same things. And at some point, I have to care about my own mental space. I can't control this. Neither can you lot. So another one bites the dust, innit? This was a clear 1-1 till Martinelli came on and bottled. Havertz allowed the game to play out how it did. You can't be blaming Havertz. He's the reason there was actually space. Yeah, but we know this. We know that's what Kai is good for the team and the tactics and things. Being a cold-hearted killer in goal. And I actually think Kai looked knackered in the second half, if I'm honest. I thought, I understand it if you don't do it, but I was thinking, you know what, when the game's opening up, do you just go for Gyökeres? A part of me was thinking, I know it sounds like I know it all because Trossard's obviously put the ball into the box, but a part of me was thinking, surely, this is my thoughts in-game. I think I even said it on TalkSport. A part of me is thinking in-game, you know what? Trossard go to the left, bring on Gyökeres. Sorry. Trossard go to the right, Martinelli on the left, bring on Gyökeres, do what you want to do in midfield. Like, Zubimendi had to be the one to come off. Just go Rice and Zubi, do your thing. So for the players, I never saw no individual brilliance. As I said, it's not what for me, you can crash out and do all of that stuff. And that's more the backdrop of this season and the journey that we've been on. But for me, sitting here and saying everybody was shit and fuck this one and fuck that, it's going to get views, it's going to get clips. It's great. You know, grown men going to do the most. I don't think it was that. I think it was tactically or collectively as a team, the approach was there. You don't have the individual brilliance and you need those moments. You know, I'm 31 years of age. When we went out of a couple of cups, and I'm not asking anyone to be Thierry Henry, you know, in the same way them City players are standing up to be Cat, but no one ain't asking them to be Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan, etc. Do you remember when we won the league? We went out of them domestic cups, yeah. Henry stood up, made it happen. There's a lack of individual brilliance. There's a lack of difference makers. There's a lack of talisman. And that's just this whole backdrop of international break to now. Because you lot are going to have to live with regret. Discipline hurts. But would you rather the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? This is what these players have to ask themselves. The time talk is done. There's many a thing I'd sit here and talk to you. Oh, I want to see this. I think we need that in terms of recruitment. Technically, like, I'm a football nerd. You don't know this. Just like, you don't know I'm a football nerd. There's plenty of those conversations I can have. But for me, it's as simple as this season as, bro, just win the game. Yeah, that part of the season, unfortunately, just win the games, bro. Just win the games, bro. Because now you're going to not win the league with ugly football. There's talk around new contracts. This is why I can't get vexed anymore, bro. You don't want it enough. And this is all from a place of love, you know. This is all from a place of love. Whether I rate the manager or rate certain players or don't rate certain players, I've got nothing to gain. I'm just being honest. You're judging Kai as if he's an out-and-out 9. He's not. Bro, we've been here. People need to be fair. Kai weren't shit today. Like, end of the day, you missed them chances. You weren't shit. Like, I'm not going to slag you off for that. Defo critical of you missing the chances because to a degree, you are a professional footballer and whatnot. But, mad. And I actually think Raya looked nervous in the beginning as well, man. I don't know what man expected Gyökeres to do, bro. I don't know what man expected Gyökeres, but that is where I was looking at the gaffer because we know Arteta, mad scientists, whatever you're computing is working. You see, once we have to consider, as much as football is about probabilities, and all of those kind of things, and probabilities and possibilities. There's a reason we all love football. Nobody knew. We all knew Turkey was great, yeah. No one knew Turkey was going to go dance. No one knew Szoboszlai was going to go licking that free kick or any sort of individual brilliance you've seen. But there's an element of that. There is an element of that. That's why I was like, bro, keep Eze on. Because I actually think Eze was on it today. Weren't amazing. If I'm being honest, I think Odegaard was good. I'll be real. I think Odegaard was good. I think Odegaard should have an assist. Kai missed 2 golden chances. But again, I'm not going to get vexed at Tony. I feel like Magalhaes had a good header as well. We had chances. We obviously hit the post. We could have conceded a lot more. Is what it is. But this is what I mean. The second half, you could see the space. That the second goal is unacceptable. And this is what I mean. Nico O'Reilly, he's purring, he's in a good moment, he's in good form, but forget his form, he's taking responsibility. Bro, I'm attacking the space, cuz. I'm attacking the space. For us, you could see the way the game's going. The way we started that second half was not good, in my opinion. And respectfully, I'm not making, there's 11 players out there, but man need to stop this Disney Channel stuff, bro. Football, it's not even positive or negative to a degree. Football is romantic. There's nothing more beautiful in this life, yeah. And I've told you lot this before. There's nothing more beautiful in life than someone believing in you, you know. And that's why I always give you lot credit, because however you lot rocked on my content, you lot believe that there's something here. So I'll credit that. You need belief in life, but sometimes you have to look at stuff and relating it back to football without any positives or any negatives, just looking at basic competencies. This is not sustainable. There's no romance to this. You're not going to get to where you need to with Noni playing in games like that. You're not going to get to where you need to get to, regardless of if Kai is a good squad player or what he does tactically with what you're seeing. If you keep doing the same things and having the same approaches, 9 times out of 10, the same thing happens, right? I've never questioned Arteta or these players' desire and willingness and wanting to win this. It's how we've gone about it. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So yeah, man. It is what it is. From the moment he took Eze off, I knew we weren't grabbing an equalizer. Get this manager, Odegaard, Havertz, Gyökeres gone as soon as possible. Odegaard on my life is the worst captain since Gallas. You know, that could be true. But this is what I mean with the greatest of respect. Man, I'm not watching the game. You're allowed to. Football is a game of opinions. You're allowed to have that. You isolate to that 90 minutes. You can't be slagging off Odegaard. You can't slag off Gyökeres. But this is what I mean by, man, think certain things about, and you're all allowed your opinions, but you bring your thoughts and your venom towards players and you start projecting it isolated to this 90 minutes, which all means have those conversations. But for today, we lost to City. Keep it trill, bro. None of them players, apart from Noni, in my opinion, were shit. Kai, you were shit in terms of the chances, general play, all of that jazz is there. I'm not really interested in that because had we have taken one of the chances, 2-2 were out of there, all attention to Newcastle, innit? And I agree with these comment here from the moment Eze come off, especially because Eze look like, right, let me take 1-2 shot, drop 1-2 shoulder, show something. Like, bro, and this is what I mean by the gaffer, bro. Like, isolated to what you're here because of us. Isolated to when you became the manager. Arteta, we are in this position because of you, positively, being competitive, fighting, all of that. We're also in this position and having an inability to get over the line because of you. In the last 4 years, there's been different players, right? Yes, the players have to take responsibility, but there's been different players, right? There's been different players, different things. You've been the one variable. You haven't become a different beast. You haven't changed consistently unless you're forced to do things either because of injuries or the stubbornness has finally, like that something's finally clicked. How many times you lot sit here and I say to you, look, we can be our best friends or our worst enemies? I'm watching the same thing on repeat. So yes, I'm disappointed not to win. Naturally, I said the league was gone against Wolves. I said the league was gone against Bournemouth. Naturally, I hope I'm wrong, but when it's Sinkos, unfortunately, and that's another thing as well, Gaffer, unfortunately, a team is a reflection of the manager. And I would also say this with the players. Whenever there's an element of sink or swim, second leg against Paris Saint-Germain, regardless of the context is, yeah, because even with injuries and all that kind of crap today, yeah, it would be fair to say we might have been able to get something more out of the game. But when it's sink or swim, whether it's a must-win game like today, a League Cup final, when it's sink or swim, do or die, kill or be killed, unfortunately, boys, I love you lot. You might not killers, you might not good youths. There's always tomorrow. The past brings regrets, the future brings uncertainty. We never seize the present, bro. So congratulations to City. Big them up, all the banter, yeah, whatever. You are the reason you lost today. You are the reason that you've been doing so well in terms of amassing points this season, players and Gaffer. But you're also the reason why you've shot yourselves in the foot. You don't stop the rut quick enough. You don't win enough times when you've been shit. If you can't win, don't lose, especially against City. That could have been. And this is why I'm so critical of that. Another one, going back to what I was saying, yeah. This is why another game I forgot to mention. And if there's 2 games, yeah, there's many more, but if there's 2 games that I put on Mikel Arteta, it's Anfield and it's Anfield, sorry, and it's the game against City at the Emirates. Because yes, everyone will remember Eze's assist for Martinelli. We had City pending their own half, all that kind of jazz. But why was we in that scenario? The gaffer, like, our approach to the game weren't the best. And I guarantee if I go watch my player reaction, my match reaction, the performance weren't the best. And also the gaffer's approach. And don't get twisted, in the City game, the players fucked up for the goal they conceded. How much time you want to watch the same movie? How many times do I say, how much time do you want to watch Boys in the Hood and be like, oh my God, Ricky, run, please. You know he gets shot and he turns back. So what's going on? So you lot have shown me, you lot do your thing in it. A's up to me, freeze up, calling the boys in the building, all of that kind of stuff. But shit. Bye. And that's the thing. Arteta tries to control stuff. What Arteta, I guess you did do it. There were periods where we was on top, City were on top. But you see, when football, yeah, or Premier League football, 9 times out of 10, this current landscape of football is everybody in it. Midfield is packed. Strikers are dropping in. More time there's inverted fullbacks. There ain't a lot of space. That element of control and probabilities and all these kind of things that I'm speaking about, yeah. You see when every now and again, like anytime anyone goes Ellen Road or you know them, and even to a degree, all the 2 p.m. kickoffs today where Sunderland are 2 goals down, they've got back in it, Villa when Villa fucked it up and then Villa bust case. You know when football becomes that illogical sport that we all love, yeah, when football just becomes mad. The gaffer's still trying to control that. And for me, there's certain things I don't. I've said all the things critical to Arteta being Arsenal manager when we've been fighting for trophies, right? Or being competitive, but we've not gone over the line, yeah? There's the criticisms and the good and the bad of that, yeah? Then obviously consider this as well. You've been at City, bro. Now, I'm not asking Arsenal to be City. I know we're not going to rock up with the many world-class, top-class players they've had throughout the years, yeah? But some of the wingers you've worked with and you've actually improved this. It's documented. You worked with Sterling. You worked with Sane, yeah? I don't understand how you've got them lived experiences and then you're doing what you're doing here, innit? Like, even Sterling, like, City got the best out of Sterling's limitations, brother, running behind. I'm not even saying the same thing would happen with Noni, but if you look at Noni, Noni's meaty, he's shit. What's Noni good at? Facilitate what he's good at. And more so, that's if you equate Sterling and Noni in it. Sterling's better than him, but you get where I'm going, logical football fans. Then you look at Sane in terms of quality. And also what I don't understand, Mikel Arteta, is you've got lived experiences, bro. You was at, not only have you worked at Arsenal for, you only need to look at the last 4 years to learn the lessons you need to learn, but you've worked for Arsenal as a manager. You've also played for Arsenal as a player. You've been at City and you've been at Everton with the greatest of respect to Everton. Them times there that Arteta was about for that, they were up against it. They had to suffer and maybe go nick a goal and whatever. So there's certain lived experiences, both in his playing days, his days as a City coach, days as an Arsenal coach, that I don't think you're learning. And you see the thing about life, yeah? It will keep until you want to learn. It's gonna keep replaying. Say I get my pay packet and I'm got reckless spending. I'm just about paying my bills, or I'm not saving for a rainy day. I'm just going and spending. Then I get myself in financial difficulties. By God's grace, I might get out of it. And then rather than think, like last time I got a bit of money, I was being a bit reckless. I was stressed and whatnot. The good Lord has bust case for me. I don't want to be in that situation again. But then I then go and start doing the same things, and it's gonna keep replaying. I know nothing's gonna change tactically this season. I know it's too late for purple patches and that. Don't get twisted, players. If you want to play well, start now. If nothing changes, bro. The Bournemouth game showed me everything I needed to see, bro. Like I said, I will not accuse when I think you have, I will accuse you. I can't accuse none of my players, whether you got subbed or whatever, yeah. I can't accuse you lot of not rising to the party, but some of it comes down to competencies. We always talk about the 3 C's, right? On this channel. Do we not? Do we not always talk about the 3 C's? Smash the like button if you know what they are. Competency. Simple thing. Can strikers score goals? Can wingers take on, man? Can defenders defend? Can that be said for everybody in this squad? I'm not asking everyone to be world class, top class, all that jazz. Can that be said? Competence. If you're like competence, you get it. Competence. Consistency. No good doing it, like it never happened, but there's no point doing it against Manchester City if you're not going to do it against Newcastle, etc. And we know form fluctuates, all of that kind of jazz, people, them things happen, man are human, all of those things. But I said competence, consistency. Can that be said about everybody? Can that be said about the majority of the squad? Probably can't. And if it can be said about anyone in the majorities, it is probably our defensive rank. So you got competence, you got consistency. What's the last one? And especially at this moment of the season, where momentum and all of these things, positively and negatively, not just at Arsenal, but you can look at it negatively in terms of the results in domestics for us, Spurs with how they're performing, Chelsea with how they're performing. I know United have had a bit of a blip, but like when they really got their act together under Carrick and they found themselves third. Owing to this part of the season where, again, buzzword that might spring it, where I've spoken about momentum. How do you get momentum, good and bad? You either got a lack of this or you've got this in abundance at the right time. Confidence. So you can forget the result, not forget the result, but we're having a grown conversation. Forget the result, right? Confidence. You can take some from the performance, but can that be said recently? Broadly, it can't be said. It can be said today. Can't be said against Bournemouth. Can't be said against City in the League Cup. Definitely cannot be said against Southampton. How many of these players have the 3 C's? Which again, if you want to be a competitive side, you're getting Champions League. You might have some good records against the top 6. You know, compared to the other teams in Arsenal's history, more points than this, more points than that, this and that. You can have that. You won't get embarrassed in the Champions League. You've got enough, collectively and individually. With some of my attackers, if you don't score, if you do score, I'm not surprised. You've got enough. See if you want to get to the next level. And this is why it don't really apply to today, but this is why no more Captain Save-A-Hole signings if you're going to stay here, Gaffer. And no more reboards. There's too much trying to draw blood from a stone. If you find yourself in a position where you're living or dying by Kai Havertz scoring goals, you're in trouble. And also to that, why can I remember literally the 3, 4, 5 chances we've created in the game? Which anyone that was watching that, they can't say, oh, boring and all that crap. But I'm talking to Arsenal fans. We all know we played once again. We all know we played City today, right? But how many times could this be said? Not just this season, but seasons. I rest my case, man. I initially thought Martinelli was fine, but no, I didn't. And I get it. Sometimes coming off as a sub, you need to get yourself in the game. But like I literally mentioned that Martinelli, bro, defensively, man, I'm not on it. Gyökeres should have come on much sooner, bro. Even if you bring on Gyökeres and he's shit, cool. But at the end of the day, you got Eze in a good moment, which you could argue, and I don't really believe this, but you could argue you've got Eze in a good moment generally since the turn of the year, right? Making that Odegaard role his own. You shifted him to the left. I understand the approach with Kai coming on and away from fine margins, which Kai is never going to be on the right side for Arsenal. I know we scored a Champions League winning goal. You've got that. You get where I'm going. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. No matter what we might have done without having an attack that finishes chances versus a team that can consistently attack to get a goal is going to be hard. The highlight of the season, we don't have an attack. Again, man knew that last season. Yes, we came into, and again, I'm not saying you lot, but I do genuinely think ignorance is bliss. I understand being gassed about Eze, gassed about Gyökeres, and I know Arteta is not Pep Guardiola, but generally, maybe not so much the new recruits, but generally, it's a joke we say as football fans, like players need 6 months a year under Pep Guardiola to get up to speed with all of these kind of things. But you knew you'd sign in these attackers, right? They were never like the conditions are not right for an attacker to thrive, bro. They're not. Everything that we didn't address, left wing issues there. Big up Hincapié as well. The guys are mad. Apart from trying to dive here, that you're a warrior still. But inconsistencies on the left wing, inconsistencies up front, not creating enough chances on not even really today, but on a consistent basis. Putting, players that are good rotationary pieces, having to make them starters, running people into the ground. All the chickens come to roost, bro. All of them. And if I'm really harsh, I think on a couple of occasions, we didn't look after the ball well enough. And I also feel we was overhitting passes. Like, for the life of me, I can't remember who played it into him. Yeah, I don't want to, I'm all for like praising and critiquing things you actually did, like somebody actually did. I don't want to put stuff onto people that they never done yet. But there was a moment in the second half, Ben White come on, so I can't remember. But Ben White's made the overlapping run here. Someone's overhit that, and he did get the crossing, but it's one of them as a fullback. You busted your gut for no reason. You've got something on it and delivered, but a bit more care and a bit more polish. So yeah, man. We need to win games by the 1H to win games, huh? First half to win games. Sorry, Zubi was sleeping when O'Reilly got that ball. Even that, bro, midfield is out of sorts. You run Rice and Zubi into the ground. There's all these other kind of things. Spoken about, innit? Some man on the bench, like a Max Dowman, that actually can help is tick box exercises, bro. Fortune favors the brave. We're not brave enough, bro. It's too much logical. And this is where I keep saying, like, I use numbers loosely, innit? But I genuinely believe Arsenal are 90% of the way there. Like, I genuinely believe that about my football club. I'm not talking about dynasties or whatever. In terms of being competitive, maybe being able to bring a trophy home, seeing the team in the image I want, I think we're 90% of the way there. I felt that last season. I said that last season. That 10% isn't there. Where I look in my attack and I feel the same way about my collective attacking options as I do in defense. I feel the same way about my midfield depth options and my manager actually using them as I do defense. I know my manager's a madman. He's going to do things, but when he needs to pivot broadly, he'll pivot. Because Arteta, fair enough, we didn't win today, but you did stuff differently. So we saw different stuff. Why couldn't that have come sooner? But this is what I mean. The past brings regrets. The future brings uncertainty. City are in. There's no time like the present. City have seized the present. They're purring. You think City will enjoy today? Them man, I'm back there tomorrow. Bernardo, I've won everything. This is my last chance to win something with City. I'm patterning. Cherky, I've just fresh got here. I want to win stuff. Semenyo was shit today, but I want to win stuff. Donnarumma, I made a mistake. Big up you, lads. You got me out of trouble because there's been games where I've got you, man, out of trouble. When it starts to get to that, if City drop points and this and that, I'm checked out from that. You just win your games, bro. I'll always support my club. We score, I'm happy. We lose, I'm sad. We win, I'm happy. We lose, I'm sad. But believe, it's gone, bro. How much chances you want? It's like being with, it's not me, disclaimer, I've never been like this, but it's like, galley, you lot can say men in it, but fellas, it's like being with a girl, being a bit like, you know, you were being a bit bogus. You might have cheated or played games or whatever, and you keep telling her, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change. And she keeps believing and believing and believing. At some point, it might take her 10 times. It might take 2 million. But the 2 million and first, when she clocks, it's dark. And then it's too late. That's how I look at now. It's too late for all of that stuff now. You're in April, basically May. 2 weeks left. If that is too late. Because some of the things I've said in this live stream, and no doubt will say in the future and said against Bournemouth, and even when we've won, lost, or drawn, said at several points this season, a mistake made more than once is a choice. I've seen too much pattern recognition. We are in this position because of us, as in being competitive. We're also in this position not getting over the line because of us. And bro, man, are talking about doing goal difference with City. Brother, allow me, brother. Just win your games. Pray to God that they drop points. Goes to goal difference, we're done. We're done. It goes to goal difference, we're done. City got momentum, beat us up, beat Chelsea up, beat Liverpool up, gonna thump up Burnley. Burnley are on the beach anyways. Even though, to be fair to Burnley, they had a goal today, bro. And the midweek games are a slug. City know it's in their hands. They've been there, done it, wore the t-shirt. I know not every City player has won the league, but Pep has. And the players that have won the league, they're guiding man through it. So Arsenal fans, don't worry about nothing, man. Make sure on the 25th of May we're going City splashing it because they're not a parade, fam. You know, I've had your chances. I can't do it for you. I can't change. I don't doubt you lot's willingness to want to win and whatnot, but how you gone about it? Players and Arteta, you fucked it up. 2022-23, you cocked it up. 2023-24, you cocked it up. I'll be real. Last season, I think it's on the players and I think it's on Mikel Arteta and those above. Because you lot can't tell me that summer we had, is what that summer we had screamed out, yo, we want to win things. And also on that January. This season, you fucked up. Gaffer is with you, bro. You can't complain about nothing. Because you think Kai is good enough. You think Noni's good enough. You think Saka's good enough. You think Odegaard, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. You think you've got the squad. You think you've got the mentality down to you, fam. And if there's a miracle and we somehow win this league, do you know how harsh I'm going to be on you next season? Because one thing getting to the mountaintop, it's another thing not doing it. It's one thing winning a league after 20 odd years, probably get close to 30 now. It's another thing retaining it, something I've never seen my team do. It's another thing winning a Champions League, then becoming known for winning champs. And if I'm completely honest, I don't think there's enough pressure on Mikel Arteta to provoke changing and doing things differently. I don't. I think you've got a sweet gig. I don't believe that. So we're going to no doubt be talking about this shit today and be talking about this shit tomorrow, man. Bro, man spent 110 mil on Havertz and Madueke. Brother, what do I keep saying? Wenger, cool your boy. Cool your boy. Because Wenger, I'm sorry, Wenger did not bleed for this football club to pay off this stadium for foolishness, bro. For foolishness. There's too many, man. You have to squint to see what they're good at. You can have couple steady, at least couple jack of all trades, masters of none, but there's too many in attack. The guys that we bet on in attack, bro, they like the guys that are actually good in attack, they've either been injured or it's taking them a minute to hit the ground running. There's nothing. I'll tell you, you have shown me nothing to suggest yet that you could get a prime Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi. Yeah, they're in the extreme opinion. Their individual brilliance will make the difference without a doubt. But you've not shown me that it's as white and black as you slap them on the pitch and we're not crying. And we're crying. We're not crying. Sorry. So yeah, man. Man said DG running from the street. Shout out. I must have been cloned, mate. Madaweke has zero spatial awareness. Guy thinks he could create one step away. Bro, there was one incident, yeah, from Noni, yeah. I can't remember for the life of me who made the run, yeah. I can't remember who made the run, but someone's made the run, yeah. And the ball eventually did go to this man. Like, we had an attack, it was on the right, obviously. The ball eventually did go to this man. It eventually went to this man, but a serious player plays it 5 seconds before. This is where momentum, we talked about momentum, timing and everything. Timing on a football pitch, when you play a pass, when you drop, when you tell someone to do certain things, that means something. And also timing. You know, timing is everything. Timing can be cruel. Harry Kane deserved to have won a trophy at Spurs. The minute he leaves, they go win silverware. PSG had all of them Harlem Globetrotters. The minute they get rid of that approach, they go and win stuff. Maybe it wouldn't have happened, but imagine, you see the summer we had this summer. Based on remember last season, how it all panned out, yeah? The summer we had this summer, had we have done it last year, what could have happened? At some point, you have to seize the present. Manager, you haven't seized it. Player ain't seized it. So it's going to remain being what we've seen. We'll have we'll give a good run of it. It'll be a great run. We'll have some highs, we'll have some lows. We'll have moments where we think nobody can stop us. We'll have moments where we think it's done. Ultimately, we're going to end up empty-handed. Because it's a vibes thing. Because if you really want to win a league, I'm sorry. And I know there's injuries and your heart, you know, you're kind of, your hands are tied. And I know people want to tell me about Man United, when we beat Man United to the Prem and we won it there, the players there. Bro, it's not a that thing, bro. When you remove the negatives, the positive, any sort of emotion, bro, and look at basic competencies, look at the attack. And I'm sorry, it's not like the gaffer just came in. All of these players, whether you bought them, which is probably 98% of the squad, or they were here prior to your regime, the good, bad, and the ugly's on you, bro. Big up, Hanzino. Where are your clips covered? See May 2026. I see. Fair enough, man. Make sure you're doing, smash the like button. I'm telling people where to find, man. Get this manager and half players out of here. Not going to lie to you. Done with all this yapping. Win the league or cup for my club, man. Sick and tired. I'll be real. Bro, it's done, bro. Nobody can have smoke for Kai. Like, Noni was the worst player on the pitch, bro. But again, I'm not here to do the whole, it's all Noni, it's all Kai, because again, could we have still got something more? Yes. And to a degree, it's redundant. The gaffer puts them out there. It's done, bro. It's done, fam. Like, it's done. I don't care about math. And listen, by God's grace, please, if we win this Premier League, clip me up. These really deluded, they're dickheads, this and that, this and the third. It's done. To me, it's done because I look with my eyes. At this point of the season, you have two things. There's either two things a football team can do. You're either head and shoulders above everyone. Your attack is better than everyone's. Your defense is better than everyone. You're slaughtering, man. Or you stink up the place, man, get things done. It's another season where I'm crying about not winning at Stamford Bridge, which, man, Stamford Bridge is not the same level to Anfield. Another season, I am talking about that. Another season, I am talking about the Etihad. Another season where along things we're fucking things up. Brother, like, fam, I don't care about the table, bro. Like, I'll be real with you. I don't care. I do not care about the league table. I don't care. I don't care how close goal difference is. I don't care. All that matters is what I see from City is a team that should be first. If I didn't look at the league table, City have been the best team right now. Not for the whole season, right now, when it actually matters. Because if you were to like equate war or a Premier League or Premier League campaign, if you were to equate that to like a movie, yeah, what's the things that matter in the movie? How the thing starts, how the thing ends. When in a war, how did a war start? And again, I know in light of what's going on in the world, war isn't the best of examples. I mean nothing by it. Use your common sense. A war. Why did a war start? What are you man fighting over? Who won the beef? It don't matter about, oh yeah, like we won the war and this is why this nation is called that. But like on the 10th battle, we annihilated all of them. We killed everyone. But the first 9 battles, they were moving to us. They chopped off this one's head. They kidnapped this one. They done this and that. It's tired, bro. It's tired. Winners win and losers explain. Nobody on YouTube more than me wants to sit here. When we win, what did we do well? Where's the improvements? When we lose, is there anything there? At the end of the day, it's a results-driven business. Winners win, losers explain. History don't care that City stunk up the place. We're fractured side in the first half of the season. Anything that makes it better. Do you know how much I fucking rate Pep Guardiola and City? Because they were looking at the Real Madrid game and everything to this point, like, oh, fucking, oh, we lost to Real Madrid. Oh, it's all over. And you've seen what they've gone and done. You lot have crumbled at the moment. You can't afford to crumble. Any of this fucking about, you should have done it. United fucked up first half of the season. Where are they? City fucked up first half of the season. Where are they? Villa fucked up first half of the season. Where are they? It's too little too late, bro. It's too little too late. So you can tell me we're top, but the reality is, once you lot know, I say this every year, once you're getting into the point of, oh, if City drop points and all the controllables are not controllable with man, safe, bro. Like, safe. Look at Flawless. Don't worry. You, Rant, KG, Amuru Don TV, don't worry. Because you better kill this guy. I won't win now. I won't win. Man, I'm twerking for City and that flex as well. You lot better pray I never get my day in the sun. It's cool, though. It's cool, though. Hit me, not the players. I'll hold my banner. Never hide in front lining. But you see if I get the day, I'm going to raise hell on all you guys. Luck favors the brave, we're pussies. Bro, you earn your own luck, man. You earn your own luck. DJ, I have to admire how you're still calm. My head is gone. Bro, what is crashing out going to do? If I was the manager, then I'd have emotion. There's no point. You've seen me vex with Bournemouth. You've seen me vex with City. You've seen, like, this ain't a vex thing. Like, it's peak, but it's not a vex thing. And even if I wanted to get angry, these man don't care about me, bro. And I'm not suggesting this, but at the end of the day, you man are still footballers on 4 or 5 year deals. You get an X amount of grand. You're going home to your wife in your nice ass house. Is what is just a game for you. My football club means the world to me. We could be non-league. We could be Real Madrid level, which by God's grace one day, I'm still here. It is what it is. There's other things to worry about in my life. You can see cost of living crisis, housing crisis. You can see what society looks like. That's the things I will stress over. Bro, at some point, if Kai Havertz is missing chances, that's on Arteta, bro. Like, that's on the gaffer, bro. That's what. Make sure you're subscribing to Flawless as well, man. You lot got slapped. We lost, man. We never got slapped, but okay. Like, write whatever agenda you want to agenda, man. Like, it's neither here nor there. DG, why do you think he subbed Eze and Martin on? And the thing is, when Eze and Odegaard were on the pitch together, they actually looked right. Wenger, chat to your boy, man. Haaland's a better man than me. The minute Magalhaes puts his head there, bro, if I was Pep, honestly, Haaland, I'll shake my hand up. I rate your thing. If I was Pep Guardiola, I would be, brother, you need to, my nose is gone. He's killed me. Arrest him, bro. Make a scene, bro. Make a scene. Bro, I'm beyond that, man. I'm beyond that, bro. All that. Why isn't he playing Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield and this, and I'm beyond it, bro. I speak about it for a living. Like, I'm beyond it. What's the first, on my birthday stream, what's the first thing I said? I said, thank you for the birthday messages. And then I also said, brother, in April, it's not going to change. It's mad because you need to change things to to get different. But if you're not going to change now, if you're not going to change prior to now, sorry, you're never going to, bro. You're never going to. So, you man do your thing, innit? Yeah, Flawless. Yeah, to be fair, I did crash it on Flawless. But I'll still be out here. You look, I'm hard to kill, man, like Young Spray. I'm like 50 Cent. You can't kill me, bro. I can get shot. How much things have I survived? This is nothing. As I said for these, man. And I'll hold it. Because I'm as positive or as by nature, I'm quite pessimistic when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. I'm quite pessimistic. You have to earn my trust. Buy me on side of foot. All right, we got a good opportunity. You can do things. You've lost me now. You'll always have my support. You've lost me. And we rinse and repeat. What's the first thing I said in August? Man, I want to see fearlessness from everybody connected to this football club. What's the worst they can say? And I'm only using personal examples. I know what it's like. I am the black sheep of the family. I know all of these kind of negative connotations. I know how it feels to be shunned and scapegoated and all these things in my life. Yeah. So when I'm saying this, it's from personal experience. What's the worst? Because one thing I learned in my life early if somebody's already made their mind up on you, that should free them. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that should free your mind. What's the worst they could say about me today that they haven't said numerous times? So relating it back to Arsenal, what's the worst they could say to you come the end of the season that they haven't said in the first couple of years? That you're bottling, second again, ole ole. And they are going to say that, but I haven't seen that. I'm still able to pinpoint to be honest, there's only probably one game in the Premier League. There's obviously, I know we moved to Aston Villa. There's been some good games, games where it's been a bit tight and we've nicked a win. There's been all of that. But games I've actually thought, performance of champions, serious performance. There's only one, bro. Anyone want to guess? There's only one. Before I name it, there's only one. Arsenal lost 4 games in a row in domestic competitions for the first time since under Mikel Arteta. We deserve that then. Well, this is what I mean by life. You owed it. See how Zubimendi was playing out of his skin in the first half of the season? And now he's shaky. I believe that with life, bro. Like, you see this is why I always say in life, yeah, and you should always enjoy the present. But you see when things are going well, I don't get too excited. When things are going bad, I try not to let my head go that way, if that makes sense. Because where there's light, there's got to be darkness in it. See, in the first half of the season, there's no shots on target. We're fucking up against Wolves, and then was it Wolves? Yeah, Wolves. We fucked up away from home, but we're fucking up against Wolves at the Emirates, and then we're patterning it. And there's all of those games that are going our way. I know by that same rhetoric, there's games where it's going to go left. And unfortunately for you boys and us as fans, you've done it at the worst time. You've shown an inability to stop the rut. DG, I highly rate your composure, bro. Appreciate it. No, I can't claim that. I appreciate that. When it's time to crash out, I'll crash out. Today, for me, it's not a crashing out thing. It's not. So, yeah, man. Probably was for nothing. You're in the wrong platform if you think that stuff's got to touch people. Where was that performance versus Bournemouth? Too little, too late, man. You are champions elect. Now, don't ban Julian. Don't ban Julian. He's allowed to chat his shit, man. All right, ban me. I don't care. Oh, well, Julian, I thought you was a valued member of the platform. I thought you was fucking with me. I block him then. I'm raw. I thought he was a DJ. I thought he was part of the DG Nation. I block him then. Damn, all right, you don't care. Fair enough. We need someone like Cherky. You're going to clip your wings, bro. You're just going to clip his wings. And this is where, yeah, I know I'm not asking Mikel Arteta to be Pep Guardiola, but I keep saying this. If we want to be something we've never been, if we want to get somewhere, that we've never been, then everybody has to be something they've never been. I believe in learning from the greats in anything in life. You might not be them, but if you want to get somewhere, you have to act like them. Arteta, obviously, yeah, you lot can laugh, but Arteta's from the same school of thought as Pep. There's a lot of ideologies and ways they go about things. Even the fact that Raya never got caught, but that mistake from Raya and putting your foot on the ball and dilly-dallying, and obviously Donnarumma, that kind of sums things up here. But then I look at it, I need you to be like 2 men. I need you to be like Luis Enrique, because Luis Enrique does a lot of the shit that you do. He finds a balance with one, playing entertaining football, which I don't necessarily care about, but one, playing entertaining football and making it happen. 2, freedom within a framework. He's a madman. It will make you got to stand here, you got to do this, you got to do that. But it's like if there's 10 tasks in a 90-minute game, you man do the 9 tasks I need, you go do your thing, go play football. Luis Enrique is one more things than you can count. I'm not asking you to be him, Arteta, but learn from the greats. You ain't doing that. Pep Guardiola, there's 3 players, yeah, on the pitch today that you could argue are not Pep Guardiola players by philosophy and all of those things. Erling Haaland, Donnarumma with his ability with his feet, and Ryan Cherky. He's weighed the pros and the cons. He's looked at Cherky. My man's going to piss me off sometimes, bro. He's going to be very disrespectful. He's going to lose the ball, but he's a maverick. He probably sat there and said, listen, there's 10 tasks for you, Cherky. Do these 5 for me, I'll give you them 5. Haaland, I'm not asking you to be the prettiest in terms of general play. I know your thing, you're just on scoring. But work with me here, I'll make certain things happen for you there. I actually think, not today, but Donnarumma's ball playing has improved at City. It's still not up there with a couple other guys. We know he's a world-class keeper of what a keeper's fits demanded to do. But he sat there and gone, Donnarumma, I'm not asking you to be Edison on the ball, whatever. You do these 5 things for me, I'll give you them 5. Now I look at my club, the club I love, the club that when I die, I want my ashes in the Emirates, so I can always hear North London forever. Can that be said? Arteta, are you a different man than you was last year? The last 2 years, I look at my football team. What are we? 2022, 23, great attacking side. Definitely not by other attacking sides I've seen in the Prem, and definitely throughout Arsenal's history in my 31 years. But great attacking side. All right, cool. I've said this. I think people look at that season with a bit of rose tint. We needed to pattern up defensively because a lot of those games there were on knife edge, which is 100% facts. But I'm able to, regardless of how that season panned out, everyone thinks attack. 23, 24, you man, we're moving 30 defensively. Obviously, not enough. We didn't get over the line, but great attacker side, great defensive side. 2024, 25, that would take us to. What did I learn? What did I learn? Notice I said 24, 25. What did I learn? So consider that year, and then throw in this year, 2025, 26. What did I learn? What did I say? What have I learned? What is dramatically better? Who is dramatically better? What is different? Because if I was really forcing it, there was a point this season. All right, cool. Fullbacks, it's looking a bit better. Other than that, shaky, meaty. Don't want to hear it. So, I'm not going to get sacked. Arteta is more likely to walk than getting sacked. You've got full autonomy over this football club. As long as this club is competitive. Don't get twisted. There probably is those conversations, but as long as we're competitive, you're getting Champions League, you're here, bro. You're on 50 mil a year. If they're trying to sack you, then they're talking to whatever manager it is now. Do we look like we're doing that? He's got a year left on his deal. They're going to give him one more year. All of the stuff we said going into this season is going to be prevalent next season. Oh, the gloves are off. It's deliver time. It's all of this. Because if you're going to sack him, you're going to rip up that contract, which I don't know how much compensation he would be due because it's 15 mil a year. Probably the old 15, innit? Are you going to do that? Give the new manager his thing? Because I do think there's a lot of people that are committed to hating Mikel Arteta, and I think there's people that love Mikel Arteta more than the club, that want him to make it happen more than the club. And of course, naturally speaking, whether I rate the players or rate the manager, who wouldn't want us to get over the line? But at some point, something's got to change. Now, there's been different sporting directors. The last 4 years that I gave, there's been different players. What's the one variable? At some point, man, I have to ask questions. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're subscribing to Flawless as well. The fact that we had more XG than Sia the Etihad and we didn't win. Yeah, but XG, great. You generated chances. What were the quality of chances generated? And the chances or half chances that you could have scored from, did you? So if you're going to generate 4 or 5 chances, you need people that are robust. And again, what did you see today? Generally, the good, bad, and the ugly. Without, obviously, just generally from what you've seen in the last 2 years. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Have you not seen that several times? You man love it. Certain man must love watching the same movie, bro. DG, we can't be hoping to win the league waiting for City to drop points, especially when we have not done our job. We haven't deserved the league the way we've played in the last 2 years. We was unlucky with Eze's effort and Gabriel header, though. Don't get twisted, DG. How Eze's shot didn't go in is pure luck, rolled off. Yeah, I hear that. You're right on that. But again, the other chances, it's about probabilities. Didn't make your own luck. Enough. You lot of it, like, bro. I could be pissed off initially with Gyökeres coming on for 4 or 5 minutes. How many times have you seen that? So how can I keep getting, for my own mental health, like, I'm big on protecting your own mental health. How can you keep getting vexed? How? Does it make sense? Zubi, I love you to bits. You're not following runners enough. And what do I keep telling you lot with Zubi? When the game is a chess match, he's in his bag. For this season and him adapting to the league, and he definitely has to improve. The minute the game opens up and becomes them kind of games there, it's a myth, bro. It's a myth. Can't be out there. But you don't rate, for whatever reason, you do not rate Norgard in midfield. You clearly don't rate Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. If it wasn't stop-starty seasons from Odegaard, Merino, and Kai Havertz in terms of injuries, them man are going to play in the midfield more than that. Which I can have my own personal opinions and whatever, but I will say, all right, cool. I don't believe in this. End of the day, I'm sitting on YouTube with you lot or Twitch. Big up you lots. Make sure you subscribe with Amazon Prime, chatting shit. That man gets 50 mil a year. That man's gone to war with Pep and company and this one and that one. And obviously he's not won anything, but you get it. So you know more about ball than me. Just make sure you can rise up certain things. I'm all right, man. Appreciate you. I actually have a sneaky feeling we win it by a point or on goal difference. Hey, Grim Reaper, I'm on you, Don't think I don't see them comments that you're leaving. Well, And if we started Gyökeres, well, Gyökeres just needed to come on sooner. Like, that's it. The approach was good. You needed to come on sooner. If you bring on Gyökeres and he misses chances, then I'm at Gyökeres' neck. Drew to Wolves, but why? Didn't take heed of the first game against Wolves. See what I'm saying about learning from your lessons? See what I mean about learning your lessons? And as I keep saying, unfortunately, with this football club, can we get to 200 likes? We're at 186. Never underestimate Arsenal's ability to fuck things up. I still think we win the league. I don't think it's over people. People just not built for it and give up easy. I can't lie. There are some fans, but you can't accuse them of that. You can't gaslight them. Let me ask you a lot of questions. I'm going to just focus on certain things like fixtures and stranger things that happen. But let me look at Manchester City's fixtures for argument's sake. Do I think they're going to beat Burnley? Yes. Forget the semi-finals and shit. Like, just focus on the Premier. Do I think they're going to beat Burnley? Yes. I reckon they thumped them up still. I know it's a quick turnaround. You've played on Sunday. It takes anything from 24 to 72 hours to recover from a football match. But I think that's a good game for them. You want to, when you're winning, you want to keep going on as well, innit? I think they win that. I think they beat Everton. One of them ones where Everton might take the lead. It's a tough game, but I reckon they win. I think they beat Brentford. So wait, sorry. I think they beat Burnley. I think they beat Everton. I think they beat Brentford. Do I think they beat Bournemouth? I think they beat Bournemouth. Do I think they beat Palace? Between Palace and Villa, they might be on a beach with Villa. I think there's a draw there, in it. Like, I think, give or take, between Villa or Palace, I think there's a draw in it. Like, one of the games they might sit there and, sorry, I'm losing my trailer for. They draw in it. There's one of those. Now let's go on Arsenal Football Club. Like, let's look at our fixtures. Do I think we beat Newcastle? I think yes. Do I think we beat Fulham? No. I think that's a draw there. In fact, I think we beat Newcastle. I think we beat Fulham. Do I think we beat West Ham? No. No. I think you drop points against West Ham, especially away from home. Do I think you beat Burnley? I think you drop points there. Do I think you beat Crystal Palace on the last day? If the league's been wrapped up positively or negatively, yes. If there's something on the line, no. I can only be as positive or as negative as suggested. And to go back to this comment, brother, everybody's got difficult games, bro. The games that shouldn't be that difficult on paper, every Premier League team, or let's just say the traditional top six, yeah, that's been the ones they fucked up in. That's been obviously there's been some games that are tough and you drop, but that whether you support Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Manchester United, and you look for your game so far, the games on paper that you think, yo, moving to them, they've been the ones you fucked up at. And we're at the part of the season where there's shock performance, shock results, and all of these kind of things. But off the bat, I hope it's City. Burnley get points either out of Arsenal or City, or if there's another traditional big side or whatever, Burnley are going to get this is the point of the season where the shocks happen. Squander the chances, bro. Terrible decision take off Eze, bro. Big up DG. Why does this manager play Ghost to Guard 90 minutes, take off Eze? I'm not gonna lie, it probably is, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not hearing Odegaard slander today. I'm not. Genuinely, if he was watching that, by all means, when Odegaard has deserved to hold smoke, I've given it to him. I'll be real, you're the least of our problems today, bro. Pardon me. And this is it. Off the ball, you have to, bro, if City can cut you open in 4 touches, there's no shame in that. But at least make it difficult, bro. How many aerial duels did Haaland win? How much hold-up play did Haaland do today? But yet he scored the winner. I was told aerial duels and hold-up play is everything, yet Haaland did neither and won. I read Victor Gyökeres. Bro, punch up a wall, bro. I've got a lot of time for Gyökeres. Are you incredibly horrible to watch? Yes, but one thing I've never done is your mentality. And to be fair with you, in this backdrop of not picking up points, Max Dowman, Eze, Gyökeres, I ain't got no smoke for you lot, bro. Second half was not the 10 minutes. Sorry, the 10 to 15 minutes was losing control. I never said once it was terrible, but you're losing control. And the second half is everything, because that's when Not that it does, but that's when the tactical stuff goes out the window. Man are getting tired. Gaps are opening. That's when you've got to use this. Because that second goal we conceded, if that happened if that run of play happened, we don't concede that in the first half. Arteta's starting 11 was spot on. Arsenal did make it hard for City. City deserve it, man. End of the day, they scored more goals. They kept balls out the back of their net, innit? Simple. The only one chance that's gonna haunt me is Eze's, man. Like, because on another day that just kisses the inside of the post, and then Kai, bro, because you're actually decent in the air. The header, the one where Odegaard's put you through, is cash money in it. Like, I know you're not gonna do nothing. It's not over till it's over. Believe, brother. I'm not believing blindlessly in anything. It sounds great. I'm not on that. It's not over till it's over. And plus, regardless of that, I'm not on the dickhead thing. Just start winning games. I'm not just screaming, believe, we stand together. I'm not trying to win Fan Olympics, bro. I'm not trying to win. I don't care about being that fan. Oh my God, by God's grace, we win the league, innit? I'm not trying to be that fan. Oh my God, you're the only fan that didn't think it was over when we lost to City, but I don't care about that. I might get a lot of things wrong. Lord knows I do. I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't give a flying monkeys about that. I don't, brother. Why is this thinging off? Well, you're calling me like we're legends. We're cool, but like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not screaming believe for belief's sake. I don't even disagree with. I would have started Gyökeres because I think momentum is everything. Eze, for me, and I know it's not really this, and it could have went left. Eze's in a good moment. Keep him in his role. Gyökeres is doing his thing. Keep him there. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand if we have that approach of what would you rather, bring Kai Havertz off the bench or bring Gyökeres off the bench if the game state changes? Because Kai, you're better off the ball, you space, all of that stuff. But when it's just time for the striker to do the striker shit, you can't do it, bro. Half of Kai's finishes are Bandulu, cuz. I'm going to quit watching Arsenal and football if we bottle it. Then you have to go then. You have to go. You don't love the game with this club enough. You have to go then. You have to. Zubi and Saliba kill us going forward. But why is that? Because Saliba can therefore pass the ball. Zubimendi for Spain and Sociedad, and at several elements in the first half of this season can therefore pass the ball. So why is it now? Why is it when Zubimendi has come to this football club, we're question marking, can that man pass the ball forward? Everyone's got the answers. We need to ask ourselves different questions. Why is that? Fair enough, Gyökeres is not the prettiest of footballers, but that man has bagged for Coventry, bagged for Sporting, won that Gerd Muller award, scores goals for fun. And we know there's an exchange rate from the Portuguese league to the Premier League. There's also a Premier League tax because of how teams play. There's also an Arsenal tax because of how people play against us. But there's also a Mikel Arteta tax because nobody could tell me you slap any attacker on. Of course, some man will do better than others. But no one can tell me it's as white and black as you slap a striker in this team or any attacker in this team and it bangs. In the same way, positively, you see how them Liverpool players are shaky defensively, away from ability because it's not the best. But the form of Van Dijk generally this season, Kanate, I know it's a big shout, but even Jeremy Frimpong, I'm not saying these guys will be amazing. You slap them in Arsenal's team, they will look better defensively. Why? There's a defensive ethos around us. We are a better coach defensive side. You slap a couple of our attackers, even the shit ones, bro, in other attacking teams, other teams that play a lot more on the front foot and strengths to certain man, they look different. It's definitely not over. Our fans are just mad drama queens. Move like women, bare emotion. Aye, big up the galley. Big up the galley. Defo Brownings DM me, especially on a day like this. Yeah, there's 5 games left, and as it stands, we are top. Go and win these 5 games, and these same gal will talk. But it's out. Forgive me. Maybe my math's wrong, yeah? I just about passed. If City win all their games, they've won the league, bro. Yeah, they win all their games. If they win all their games, they won the league, innit? Let's just say they win the next 5 or 38. 6 games. They win their next 6 games 1-0. Let's just make it easy. 1-0. And we win them 1-0. Them man win the league, right? So how's it in our hands? The last opportunity, unless I'm wrong, and please someone correct me, unless I'm wrong, yeah. The last 90 minutes or the last day of it being in your hands is today. Bro, Arteta, you have to hold that. You don't play that. You're not brave enough to play the young players. We've not seen a different kind of element from you. You don't bring on the subs fast enough. Yes, you took Noni off at halftime, which he needed to come off. And I will give you this, Noni. Big up yourself for getting yourself, because I know for a fact it was touch and go with you. Had that on authority. Big up yourself for actually putting yourself out there and playing. But other than that, dead. Pardon me, we're winning it in South London. Right. DG, do you think Arteta is brave enough to just let Rice play 6 and play Odegaard and Eze? I'd love that to be the case. But no, I don't think he will, because I think it goes against his whole footballing philosophy. I'm a hypocrite because to a degree, he did do that. He did do that against West Ham. He did do that against West Ham. Obviously, Odegaard got injured. So I'm chatting shit slightly. But then on the other hand, as I said, like when Pep Guardiola, it's changed and he's reverted. If I was Joe Hart, I'd be pissed off with Pep. I know it's not the same, but when I was at City, you rubbed me out for Bravo because he's better with his feet than me. And now you're going with Donnarumma, yeah? And you could say Luis Enrique obviously got rid of Donnarumma for that other keeper. It's not really working out. They're all from the same school of thought. You have to, obviously, a keeper has to, if your keeper passes backwards, you're in trouble in it. But Raya is your first attacker, because your first defender is the striker, because that's why there's an emphasis on man-to-man and pressing, right? Your first attacker is the goalie, right? Then if you just ignore, imagine I'm the goalie, I'm Raya. Forget my back four. Forget, like, the back four don't exist. And let's just assume it goes into Zubamendi or Rice. Let's say Rice in the 6. That's your first centre mid. That's your first creative player, the 6. That's your first. That's why Rodri is the prototype. That's why, even though Rodri in his pomp is up here compared to any midfielder generally in today's day and age, yeah, Rodri with all his injuries is up here, and he's head and shoulders above man. That's what man wants. Rice ain't that. Why do you think Rice is okay? You can't do that. Go with me the ball as high as you can up the field. You're a horse. And I will give Rice that, man. You especially in the first half, man, you put out a lot of fire still. It's still in our hands. Again, I'm asking you lot, is it still in our hands? Is it still in our hands? All right, one love for the super chats. Why aren't they coming up? Oh, there's one there. Big up yourself, Naz. Also, Liverpool showed us twice how to beat Pep, Man City to the title, and that is by winning the league early in February. Otherwise, can't be done. I hear that, but you've had several times where you shot yourself in the foot, innit? So, yeah. Okay, let's say the season ends and we win nothing. Where do we go from there? One love for the super chat, Naz, again, man. Where do we go from here? Who do we sign? Who do we get rid of? Bro, I promise you, in May, we'll talk about that. Right now, it's a myth, bro. Sharp DG, nobody cares. Keep crying. Look at this guy, Marcel. You clearly care because you're here. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to troll, make sense. Marcel, you're always running your mouth. You run away. You smoke yak. Your girl don't like you, bro. Exactly, DG. It's the players. One love for the super chat again. It's the players and mostly Arteta's fault for losing us. It's them. Don't gaslight no fan. You're not a proper fan. Don't celebrate them. Don't do none of that nonsense no more. Because when it's time, unfortunately, the man them are on fake smoke like Sisha. Unfortunately, one love KJ, better yet. We will go perfect and win on goal difference. Insane copium. I hear it, man. We played better today compared to recent games. On the day, we just weren't good enough. And that's it. Simple as that, bro. Ghost, appreciate the super chat. They loaned Ethan, gassed up Max. Whoa. I don't know about that. It's not a colour thing. Havertz let Arteta down bare time, had him on his knees today, bro. I even tweeted that. Arteta, you're done with soccer. Wait, cut the chat. You're done with soccer. I don't know what the hell is soccer. I don't know. Anyone know what soccer is? I don't know what that is. I'd be done with it too, but I'm never going to be done with football. That's crazy, yeah. But going back to this, it's not a colour thing, bro. Like, Max is cold, but like, let's not do that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I tweeted it. Mikel Arteta, you can't be vexed with Kai Havertz, cuz you can't be. I couldn't believe when I'm seeing you drop to your knees. You can't be vexed around that. You know what he's like. We've seen him, but you see him every day. You can't be surprised. You can't be surprised. How dare you drop to your feet? Oh my God, Kai Miss. No, bro. You see this, and you've seen this bare times. I don't want to hear it. I'll be real. I don't want to hear it, cuz I don't want to hear that. Like DMB saying here, shouldn't have been in this situation. Only ourselves to blame. Today should have been a loss. We brush off and go again. It's over with that DG shirt. Damn. Can't wear a shirt anymore. You lot get onto me when I don't wear a shirt. Get onto me when I wear a shirt. Psh, horrible. Can't win, mate. Rants better cook him. Oh man, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, man, bro. Rants is my guy, but like, come on, we can have banner. He's gonna banner me, but have I ever displayed myself to be some laughing stock on the net? We'll have a laugh and a joke, but it can never be me, bro. I'm not a dickhead. I've never been a dickhead. Like, stop chatting shit. Man said Abby. Man said Abby. Abby Cookie who? Come on, bro. Even when it's been dark for Arsenal. Come on. Talksport even editing out things where I've caught people out and I'm saying, you not say I'm boring. Did you not watch the sporting game, right? You did. Why is that not in the final production? I'm all like, I'm surprised. I'm all watching it. I'm going, she gonna cry in a minute. Cook who, cook wherever. Like, big up the both of them, but cook who, bro? Cook who? You can cook my football team. You can't cook me personally. I'm not a dickhead. Like, I'm a respectful guy. I'm not a brick. DG, stay calm. It's the beginning. No chance versus Atletico. Boy. Cook who? You can cook my team, and I'll rebuttal what I can. But me as a person, you're going mad. No dickhead. I'm not confident about Newcastle. Bro, 50 million on Noni, bro. This is what I'm saying. Wenger, chat to your boy, bro. You know why I rate Wenger? Because at least you was on some stack notes and at broke thing, bro. At least you're not spending, bro. You're spending money on dickheads, bro. It's like, come on, you love buying Reeboks. Like, Arteta, your wife and too many OnlyFans things, bro. I'm trying to be respectful, bro. So let's, yeah, fam. Shut up, man. Like, come on. Yeah, Max Dowman is selected because he's white. And Noni's, I'm sorry, Wanyeri's not because he's black. Do you not hear yourselves, bro? Do you hear yourselves? Maybe you consider that Max is better than Wanyeri for one, as much as I like Wanyeri. Part that off. How old is Noni? I mean, sorry, how old is Wanyeri? And how old is Max? Is there a pressing need for Max Dowman? Forget his talent, because you know I'm with you lot. I want him to play every week, all those kind of things. Is there a pressing need for a 16-year-old, which technically is not even, he's such as good as he is, yeah? He's not even a full-time scholar. He's still in school. Is there a pressing need for that with what I've said there as a 16-year-old, with someone with Wanyeri that's 18, 19, got his feet wet in terms of first-team football? Tuchel said last year he was close to calling him up. Obviously, he's had his little breakthrough moment. Who has the more pressing need for immediate football? Even though Wanyeri should still be here, who has the more immediate need for football? By all means, crash out on things that need to be crashed out. But what we're not going to do is start doing insinuating man are racist and man are playing because they're white or they're black or whatever. What the fuck are we talking about? You don't take that foolishness somewhere else. This is now where I get animated. So take that foolish bullshit somewhere else. Come on now. No, it's goal difference. So you lot think you're going to win on goal difference against City? Hey, man, you lot funny as hell, man. Big up you lot, cuz. Big up DG. We played a lot. I think you mean a lot better than I thought we would. But ultimately, we lost when it matters. Again, felt nothing when Haaland scored. We've done it to ourselves. There you have it. It can't be. I don't want to hear player problems. Certain man are shit, but I don't want to hear it. DG, you never read my super chats. I read it. Apologies. I definitely read them out. I hope at some point. Appreciate you lot, man. So yeah, man. Dancing in September, crying. I can't lie. That's one of the funniest slanders I've seen with Arsenal. But yeah, man said 10 glasses of rum. Alcohol can't cure this, because at some point you're gonna have to wake up and deal with the fact that you man shut the bed because you did again. It's as simple as that. You did. Yeah, we are top. I don't want to hear the gaslighting thing. I'm not saying you're saying this, but I think a lot of people are dishonest and it's masked under copium. You would the people that try win fan. I only speak for logical Arsenal fans, innit? Like, we don't have to agree, but we can consider various different things. We can say we're happy about this. We shouldn't crash out. We'll crash out about this. We're vexed about this, but there's still this. I'm not on that. I'm not trying to win no fan Olympics. Because man come out, it will get bare retweets. Man start coming out with, you wouldn't think we are top of the Premier League and the semi-finals in September. We're in the semi-finals of the Champions League and we're top of the Premier League in April. You wouldn't have thought that. Everyone get behind the team. If you don't support the team, you need to leave. That's great. I hope to God Arsenal invite you to the box and you get a nice shirt and a nice day out. And I'm not even saying if that's wrong, but you're allowed to consider other variables. Man, I'm not trying to win Fan Olympics, bro. Like, big up to them lot who want to do that. And half of these people, it's great. You're tweeting it or you're saying it on YouTube vids. Are you keeping that same energy when the vid's locked off? Because a lot of these men are WWE characters. It don't matter how much you want to sit here and say, we will win. I believe, especially on TikTok, man, start getting that emotional music. Just back the team. Just get behind them. I support Arsenal. I can bitch about you, lot, how good or bad you've been. The minute you're on that white chalk, I'm with all of you lot. But support, this ain't a dictatorship, bro. But it is what it is. Can't even enjoy Spurs get relegated. Defo can, but it don't mean nothing. Used up all your luck in that Wolves game. Wolves? We dropped points, mate. Oh, you look, you nice. Look at this guy's horrible, man. Corner boys ain't been in the building in a minute. And half of you pagan fans, by all means, give Arsenal their banks. But once you're done chatting shit about Arsenal, you're going to go to your WhatsApp groups and do your therapy sessions about your club. And you can never tell me Arsenal fans are unbearable with the way you lot can't continue. So, yeah, smash the like button if you haven't. DG, did you see after Ryan made that first mistake trying to pass from the back, Gabriel went to him and told him no more after they started punting it inside? As you should on a football pitch. Tell your guy don't do that, innit? No more Gyökeres slander, given how Haaland was playing. These people are delusional. If Pep can tolerate it, it means there's a trade-off you need to make for a killer. You lot articulate these things in ways that I can't. The man, the myth, the legend. DG. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, at this point, I've said everything, innit? Havertz gifted a goal. That sums up Havertz, bro. That is why you're in the team, because of what you do tactically. The game plan was to press and do all of that. You made your own luck. You happened to be in the right place at the right time. Donnarumma was shaky. The other opportunities that you've missed sums up Kai Havertz. Bro, as for Turkish and top six, I don't care about that, bro. They're gonna have you lot do your thing, bro. Nah, it's whatever they got going on there, they got big them up. They got what's going on there, and it like I always find that a bit jarring. You lot stop telling me about other YouTubers, bro. Like, it don't matter to me. Like, I really don't give a flying fuck what they're doing over there. Like, my team didn't win. Focus on the game, innit? So yeah, is what it is. No, I don't think he's comparing Gyökeres to Haaland in the sense that you've got a striker that's just a goal scorer, bro. Like, not really good enough for nothing. Bro, I hate toxic negative fans and toxic positive fans. By all means, there's times to be mad positive and times to be mad negative. I just hate all of that, bro. Do you think I'm gonna take time out of my life to listen to people sitting there saying, "Oh my God, Arteta spent £1 billion and he done this and done that"? It sounds great. It's not necessarily wrong, but bro, dead. Or you think I'm gonna sit there and say, "Oh, he's rebuilt, he's done this, he's done that"? You wouldn't think we're in the semi-finals for the first back-to-back for the first time in 140 years, and we're still top of the table, and we have to dust off and go again. The truth is in the middle, bro. Both sides actually have points. Martinelli pressing cost us the game. That was piss poor on 3 situations in a row. Players that not serious. Everyone wants to come up with excuses today for people and find people to blame, but it comes down to Arteta gifted a goal today, see and to. Would you sell Gyökeres or Havertz if we had a chance for Alvarez? 1,000,000%. I would have Cesc if he get. I want Luis Enrique. We can't do that in there. Like, but if Cesc signed, I'd get behind it. But I feel sorry for whatever manager comes into this football club. For me, I'm only talking for me, because for me, I'm only interested in winning. Because a lot of these people that waffle about Mikel Arteta, positive, I've got onto the negative ones. A lot of people that put that waffle about Arteta, yeah, they sit there and they say things that might make sense. But if you actually a thinker, it don't make sense. Oh, it's the players' fault. Who brought the players? There's an element of it's the manager's fault. That's the name of the game in football. It's the manager's fault. Like, it genuinely is. Like, this is just the name of the game. They want to sit there and say the manager's this, the players are that. We're here. We've got this record. We've got that. If you want to set the big boy, and I'm not talking. There's rival fans that chat shit. We know how the media goes. I'm just talking for football fans that love football. Innit? If you want to say the manager's good, the players this, and you sit at the big boy table, then you need to do big boy stuff. You have to. It's as simple as that. And at some point, you have to prove yourselves right and yourself and other people wrong. You keep doing the opposite. So you must like, I'm being dishonest a bit, but you must like it. You must like it. You've had several opportunities. All week when I'm on TalkSport and this thing and that thing, have I not said the times for talking is done? Speaking of the time for talking being done, man, we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes in it. Like, there's no point. We'll be back tomorrow. You can make those concessions for Gyökeres, but because he doesn't have, man, Gyökeres is not the fucking problem today, and I don't care. The manager bought him. People say, most goal striker. You think anyone is fucking signing for this football club unless Mikel Arteta says yes or vetoes it? Fuck off with that. Stop chatting shit. People love to scapegoat the players that are actually riding for the cause and chatting shit about, like, Havertz up front. You don't know ball with, oh my God, the heat map and he pulls out wide and he does this. Brother, we've done the hard part. We're 90% of the way there. Please stop taking the piss. Because a lot of you like to play. Man are crashing out on Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard has bare issues with himself. If you fucking watch 90 minutes, you cannot chat shit about the guy. You can therefore get onto him about the whole season. Like, stop taking a piss, bro. So what's 18 goals? You just don't like Gyökeres. You're always here chatting shit about Gyökeres. Gyökeres' first touch is ugly. He's defo butters to watch. The man is a limited striker with limitations, and he's still bagged. Because if you go get Julian Alvarez, whatever fucking striker you want, are they going to thrive here? You don't like, it's okay. You don't like Gyökeres. The very fact that you're sitting here at 9:45 telling me about Gyökeres, a man that played 5 minutes, you're chatting off. And even if it's not that, cool. Let's forget who believes about it. Listen, whether Gyökeres is shit or good, neither here nor there. Kind of same. Who bought these players? Who bought these players? Who bought these players? Who bought these players? So if he shouldn't be the striker, Arteta wouldn't have bought him. If Arteta didn't believe in something in some degree, he wouldn't be here. Stop chatting shit. You don't like the guy. It's cool to say, but don't project your bullshit on me. This is not the platform for nonsense, bro. It is really not. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like Gyökeres. That's cool. But don't try and do this spin doctor stuff and make it like Gyökeres is the issue today. Or Odegaard, or everyone. And even the ones that I think are the issues. It's not about them. It's a 90-minute game. There's 11 players out there. Stop chatting shit. Like, man, that's cool. All of them can go, bro. Like, that's cool. But, like, just stop chatting shit here, bro. No, it's never bun Turkish. Have manners. Have manners. You're not going to disrespect people on this platform. Have manners. Behave yourself, Olu. Have manners. You're not going to disrespect people on this platform. We're not doing that. We're never going to do that. Behave. Please behave. Be respectful. And please, if you lot are going to take your 10 fingers and chat shit on the net, you're probably never going to see these guys. But I would just say in life, don't say anything on social media that you wouldn't say if you saw these people. You said bun Turkish. Are you going to say bun Turkish to his face? Not to me, because I don't really give a fuck about other content creators or anything like that other than my football club right now. Unless you're going to say that to man's face, go take that up with that. Go in his platform and say that. Please keep it football. What do you mean? So why am I his biggest defender? Because I'm going to call a man out as to where you should be called out. If you listen to what I said, I actually said I agreed with Kai starting today. I'll always forgive a man where I don't think it's his fault and get onto him where it is. What are you talking about? You're chatting shit. Did Gyökeres take your girl? Fair enough. He split up with his thing and came over these sides. It's cool, bro. It's cool. What a man talking about? Stop taking a piss. Is Gyökeres the issue today? Stop taking a piss. Whether I rate Gyökeres or don't rate Gyökeres, or rate Kai or don't rate Kai, or rate Madueke or don't rate him, who signed them? Because none of these players are signing for this football. We're not, Emery's not here, you know. Where he wanted Zaha and he got Pepe. He wanted Partey and got Torreira. He's not here. What the fuck am I talking about? What am I talking about? And if you think I'm Gyökeres' biggest defender, you're definitely not seeing noise. You're definitely not seeing everything said. What are you talking about? The man can score goals. Have I not said several times, if it was up to me, priority should be a left winger, a centre mid, definitely a right back. And you even try to tell me we don't need another defender. Shut up. We clearly do. If we was to do all of that, do I not sit here and say in an ideal world where if anything's white and black, go and buy me a bad boy striker. Get me Julian Alvarez. You're crazy. You can mix and blend. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? No matter how much his limitations, whether he can get into the system and do all of this, if Arteta and the club really thought this, he would not be here. So he's here. So it even goes beyond my opinion now, what I think about Gyökeres. You believed in the guy, make it work. Simple as that. We're not making this about Gyökeres. Martinelli plays shit. The man them say put in Trossard. Trossard plays shit. Just Trossard. Come on, guys. It's Arteta now, bro. It's tired, man. Man said Deluded. Bro, I don't care what James is saying, fam. I don't care what you think you are, bro. You're chatting shit. I don't care what you think you are. I don't care if you're a child or a big man. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Talk to me about the game, things I care about. Don't give a monkeys. Like, sorry, 1 second. Did I leave it there? Must have left it there, man. Did I leave it at Talksport? Sorry, I'm just searching for the fucks to give. And 1 second. Ollie, do this. Because you're talking and I'm trying to pay attention to you. Yeah? I'm trying to pay attention, but there's something on your shoulder, there's something on your shirt, and it's taking my attention as we have this as we're having this conversation. Yeah, it really is. There's something on your shoulder. I think it's a chip. Wipe that off. End of the day, your career is here. Havertz cost us, simple as that, bro. Many of players, man. The first goal, the second goal. Arteta needed to bring people on. Obviously, Kai Havertz 2 golden chances, and not to bag even one of those is crazy, man. Like, there's several factors. I do agree with that, Olu. There's very few players that I care if they go, and it's nothing personal, Olu. Like, there's a very few players I care if they stay. If I'm honest with you, like, I don't believe in calling a player unsellable because everybody's got a price, but there's a select few of players that I think, quote unquote, within those remits are unsellable, in it. So yeah. Bro, man, I'm waffling from. Havertz didn't cost us, our dead wingers did. All of them, bro. Truth is, Arteta never really wanted Eze, took him for it. Bro, I hear that. But Klopp never wanted. Klopp wanted Brandt over Salah. He made it work. There's several signings that Klopp signed that might not have been the first choice that make it work. Remember, Ramsdale had a couple years here. We wanted Raya back then. You found Ramsdale. You made it work. You wanted Howson and Gerhi and them man there. Berta pivoted. Mascara's coming. You've made it work. Why do you make it work defensively? And it's like you make it work like 100% defensively, 50-60% in midfield. I won't even put a number on attack, but it's not a pass. Who's sellable to you, bro? To be fair, I know Saka's form's been dead, yeah, but Saka's on. If we're doing that, I wouldn't sell Saks. You're not going Saliba, Gabriel, Jurien Timber, Raya, Rice. You lot, and then there's people that I fuck with, like there's that bracket, and then there's like I'd throw the Ezes and them kind of man over there, and there's people that need to go, but not everyone can go. But like Trossard, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, there's a lot of man that can leave. And big up Life After 40, man. He makes some flipping good videos, man. Appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribing over there. Arsenal world class as coming up second best. Only gal will like Arsenal coming second, isn't it? Only gal will like that. Only gal will like it. If you know, you know. Nonny's not going anywhere, but in general, I wouldn't cry. You can't get your bread back for that. This is why I hate all this supercomputer and bookies' favorite and this thing and that thing. Dead. Calm, we're upset, and we're probably going to be more upset in the coming days because, bro, I'm not upset about not winning 100%, but like, not really. The League Cup final, Bournemouth, like today is normal day at the office. Like, I came into this game, and I think this is quite sad, really. Like, unusually calm. If we win, great. We lose, any of that kind of stuff was done against Bournemouth. And to go back to what Olu is saying, Yoker is riding for the cause. What's a striker's job to do? Score goals, right? What's he done? Is that not riding for the cause? That's how I know you're being biased, because you're allowed to say you don't like him, you think he's not good enough. You can't, but you couldn't give a man fair enough. Bournemouth hurt more. When are we playing again? But Saturday. Can you respond to my previous comment because you misunderstood what I said? I'm not talking about you, Joseph. Your name's not Oli. Big Gabby let the occasion get to him. Nah, you're gonna no, you're gonna consistently tuss with a guy, bro. The only time he let the occasion get to him, he wouldn't even say occasion. You let Haaland get under your skin is you went like that, and you're a very lucky boy not to have been sent off. I'll be real, we can't repeat as fans our satisfaction with signings. You had AFTV man doing Jokeres before he kicked the ball. We had to keep grounded. We failed, and now players might start leaving. Bro, whoever wants to leave, fuck off, innit? Seen Thierry Henry leave. Seen Bergkamp retire. Seen Perez go. Who the fuck are you, man? Seen Vieira leave. Who the fuck are you, man? If that's the case, who are you, lot? I rate a lot of you. I like a lot of you. Who cares? Seen Wenger retire. Who cares? Whoever wants to be here, be here. Whoever wants to cut, be cut in it. Like, never gonna make players, bro. Like, you got one life to live. Go and do your thing. Like, I don't care about. If you think you can do better, go find better. It's like Gal. When Gal said they're leaving you, if you can do better, go do better. Wish you all the best. Not begging man to stay. Cut them. The club's still gonna be here. The club's gonna be here long after I'm and you're gone. Whoever don't wanna be here, cut then, innit? Cut out then, innit? Boss out then, innit? Gabriel's close to being finished. I disagree, but it does look like his hammies. Yeah. But we've done a number on our players, innit? We just need 5 out of 5 and hope City crumble. You see? Hope City crumble. It's the hope that kills. Once you get into that realm, I hope it happens. Yeah, ironically. It's done then, innit? It's done. Stranger things have happened. It's done. When it was in your control, you didn't control it. Many a time before today. Many a time before today. So I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm not on that. I can't lie to you. I hope you're right. We win. I'm happy. Supporting all the way. Dead. Dead. That's dead. I can't lie. That's dead. That's dead. Dead. Can't control everything. Sometimes things need to organic free flowing. No pressure FC. We can therefore win 5 out of 5. Is it really no pressure FC? I hope you can. Seeing's believing. But Rice, where's that comment? Rice looking tired. Why doesn't he rotate with Skelly and less important, bro? I'm past the point. Like, I hear you, but like, we're in April. We've been talking about that too much. It's done now. Exactly what Gary's saying. It's not today. It's Wolves, Brentford, Bournemouth when we didn't go for it against Liverpool at home and drawing against 10 men Chelsea and all the games I said before that, bro. Tired, bro. Like it's today's obviously a factor, but you had opportunities. And you can't, well, I know it's today and it's in the present moment, but City is now, the defeat to City is now up there with the draw against City at the Emirates. Everything my man just said. And earlier in the video, when I gave them examples, it's gone now, isn't it? That, I'm going to go watch the game again, of course, from a tactical point of view. It's gone, bro. I'll be real, I don't hear it, bro. Like, you had your chance, you fucked it. Even when, by our standards, it's incredibly hard to fuck this league up, you found a way. You man don't want it enough. Or you just, because you don't want it enough. You're not good enough. Unfortunately. But and I'm not being positive on it. It's the reality of it. The reality of the situation. That's what's happening today, fearing the worst, but hoping for the best and being like that since Feb. Is what it is, man. Irony is Arsenal can always do everything but what they need to do. Irony is Arsenal can always do everything but what they need to do. Boy, there you have it. Bro, I'm not even angry. Don't forget it's Gyökeres' first season. What will people say if we sign an assist king next season and he bags 30 plus? Listen, if it was up to me, we sign a bad boy left winger. We sign a centre mid. It's all ideal scenario. If Julian Alvarez wanted to sign for us and we get in a makeshift world and it happens, you're signing. Gyökeres, your number 2. Kai, you're gone. Marino, you can do that for a year. Pathways for 1 year. And Miles Lewis, Skelly, and Dowman and all them man in midfield. Address the other areas. Keep it moving. When you find out why he took off Eze, let me know, innit? Man said emergency. This is my only stream today, bro. What's wrong with some use? Thanks for the love, and you are so right. None of these men are on the levels of Omri and Bergkamp. They want to leave, then leave. Yeah. Cut, bro. If the gaffer wants to cut, cut. If the players want to cut, cut. If you don't want to stay, so fair be it, man. Like, you man still here doing this. Brother, what do you want me to do? Like, life has got free will. If I want to talk with the people, then we're talking about Arsenal. Why not? because I was actually gonna end this, but you're not bullying me. You're not bullying me. You're not bullying me. This was the season. This was the one where there were zero excuses. Every other one, something was missing. This one is all on Arteta and letting City freely strengthening Jan and bottling. I'm not sure what the second part says, bro. They mentioned on Sky Sports that the Emirates will be nervy again. While I hear it, I'm also getting kind of tired of people chatting about the fans affecting the team as if we play on the pitch. Brother, if you can't handle it, they need to go. Because at the end of the day, this is what comes with it. Like, it comes with it for all big clubs. If you play for Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, if I haven't said, all the traditional ones, City, obviously to an extreme. Every big team in France and Real Madrid, you're going to have to be... It's a pleasure to play when everything's rosy. The fans will be thinking, I don't want to hear that because we lost today. What did the fans do at full time? They still stayed there and sang. If you can't handle the pressure based on what you lot have been doing for the last 3-4 years, whenever, or what we've been doing since we've hit the Emirates and what we are as a club, you have to go then. You have to. No worries. You lot play. The maddest thing is, obviously, you need to win. You lot play like how you played today against Newcastle, and assuming we win, like you play how you played today, obviously, put the ball in the back of the net. There's none of that. And if that's the case, what do you want? Fans will still be there making noise. But what do you want them to do? The fans want the league. You're moving shaky. What do you want man to do? Like, what do you want them to do? Seriously, like, what do you want them to do? Like I said, there's too much China. I'm not saying you're saying this, but too many people want to win Fan Olympics, bro. Not on Fan Olympics, fam. This is not under 8s. DG, do you really think City can win against Everton, Brentford, and Bournemouth back to back? Yeah. And even that, City drop points. All right, let's just say they lose against Burnley. Can you guarantee we're going to handle our business? All right. This is the best City side I've seen. You must have just started watching ball. It'll go down in history, but it's definitely not. That's true, DG. If you can't handle the heat, get the kid, bro. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's as simple as that. If you can't handle it, go somewhere else, bro. Like, you have to. Unfortunately, go somewhere else. Still in our hands, just need to win every game. Once again, it's not in our hands, is it? You really think if it comes down to goal difference, we're going to win the league? Fair play. Fair play. DG, I don't think we can win 3 consecutive games right now, bro. Whatever these boys straight, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they don't. It wouldn't surprise me if they do, innit? Like, you lot go do your thing, but it is what it is, man. I've taken too much time out of you lot Sundays. Time for me to shower, cut up clips, bring out a condensed match reaction. We'll be back at some point tomorrow. Probably, wait, I got to be that one. Maybe 4 or 5. You know, we'll go over Mikel Arteta's press conference. We'll waffle about Arsenal. Obviously, watch along against Newcastle. There's always content. Appreciative to you lot, wherever you lot are, people. And yeah, man, the highs, the lows, even you dickheads that are chatting shit about Arsenal, bantering and whatnot. Without you lot, the platform's dead, innit? So, yeah, man. On that note, you lot stay safe, stay blessed. Do me a favor and make sure you smash the like button. Like